steel bones sleeping in the floodlights glow. Down a Starbase where the Gulf winds blow. Pad 2 shaking like a thunder drum. Whole world watching what the future's become. Frost crawling slow down the methane skin. Countdown clock pulling everybody in. Workers clear and the sirens cry. Cameras pointed at the Texas sky. 33 engines breathing fire below. Concrete trembling deep under every road. Static in the comms and the roaring flame. History standing there calling V3's name. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Starship rising like a city in the sky. Flames painting daylight across the night. Windows rattling 50 miles away. People screaming as the beast breaks free today. Booster climbing through the coastal haze. Shock diamonds dancing in the engine blaze. Cloud deck splitting as it punches through. Carrying dreams nobody thought we'd do. V3 taller, V3 stronger, built for the moon and the red dust farther. Tank wall shining under sunrise gold. Future looking loud and brutally bold. Max Cube trying hard to tear it apart, but the rocket keeps coming with an iron heart. Flight computers balancing every shake. Millions watching every move it makes. Cameras catch the plasma flicker glow. Earth getting smaller far below. Then they call, everybody waits to hear. Stage separation clean and crystal clear. Hot staging ring glowing violet red. Booster peeling away while the ship runs ahead. Engines ignite with a blinding scream, like a science fiction fever dream. Super heavy turning back around. Boost back burn shaking all the ground. Grid fins carving through the atmosphere. Tower arms waiting like chandeliers. Catch a Thames hanging on a knife edge line. Seconds stretching out in frozen time. Metal claws reaching through smoke and steam. Trying to grab the biggest machine ever seen. Meanwhile ship keeps charging east past the blue where the daylight flees. Payload bay opening dark and wide. Satellites staring at the world outside. Starlink V3 ready to deploy. Future internet wrapped like toys. One by one they drift away. Tiny silver sparks in the solar rays. Mission control barely even breathes. Eyes locked hard on 100 screens. Telemetry scrolling green and white as the ship disappears into orbital night. People online losing their minds. Names and countdowns filling timelines. Kids awake way past midnight, watching rockets redraw human life. V3 built like a monster machine. Mars dreams riding on liquid flame. Nothing in rockets stays the same. Old Saturn ghost watching from the past, but this giant's built to fly fast. Rapid reuse and giant payloads too, changing everything rockets do. Back at Starbase, the booster falls. Hypersonic shadows over the Gulf Coast walls. Heat shield glowing orange bright, like a meteor tearing through the night. Landing burn starts and the engines fight, fighting gravity with all their might. Tower cameras shaking wild, crowds screaming like excited children. Then the moment freezes every face. Steel arms closing into place. If the catch works, history bends. If it fails, the fireball descends. Smoke explodes across the frame. Orange thunder and hurricane flame. But through the fog the booster stands, captured clean in the tower hands. People jumping, people crying. Commentators nearly frying. Because the impossible just came true. A giant rocket flew back home on cue. Meanwhile ship keeps circling high. Black horizon and endless sky. Earth below like a marble glow. Silent oceans rolling slow. Raptor engines pulse once more. Testing systems never flown before. Fuel transfer deep inside for future crews that someday rise. shockwaves wrapping around the hull. Every second dangerous and beautiful. Pad 2 shaking like a thunder drum. Whole world watching what the future's become. Frost crawling slow down the methane skin. Countdown clock pulling everybody in. Workers clear and the sirens cry. Cameras pointed at the Texas sky. 33 engines breathing fire below. Concrete trembling deep under every road. Static in the comms and a roaring flame. History standing there calling V3's name. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Starship rising like a city in the sky. Flames painting daylight across the night. Windows rattling 50 miles away. People screaming as the beast breaks free today. Booster climbing through the coastal haze. Shot diamonds dancing in the engine blaze. Cloud deck splitting as it punches through. Carrying dreams nobody thought we'd do. V3 taller, V3 taller, V3 stronger. Built for the moon and the red dust farther. Tank walls sliding in the sunrise glow. Down in Starbase where the Gulf winds blow. Pad 2 shaking like a thunder drum. Whole world watching what the future's become. Fast crawling slow down the methane skin. Countdown clock pulling everybody in. Workers clear and the sirens cry. Cameras pointed at the Texas sky. 33 engines breathing fire below. Concrete drumming deep under every road.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another live stream. So we're here, guys. We are here for Starship Flight 12, the very first V3 Starship and Super Heavy booster flight. Oh my god, we are currently T-minus 1 hour and 46 minutes. Starship is getting ready. The tank farm is currently spooling up. I'm trying to actually get the thing up, but it's not working. So let me just quickly do one thing while I just do that. Right, here we go. So boom, there is a live feed courtesy of Le Padre or Avid Space. They have their 24-hour cameras at Starbase and also Cape Canaveral and all that lot. So if you are into watching rockets and just watching the randomest stuff ever, go check them out. But as you can see, they have their little timer. I actually need to change my timer because for some reason my timer has it was matching perfect earlier, and for some reason now it is decided to randomly go a minute behind. So let me just change that. But we are here for an epic launch. Currently we are let me just double check because you will hear my computer going absolutely crazy for some reason. I don't know why, but the current window opens in 1 hour and 45 minutes. I don't know what you know what is going on with the weather. It does look quite cloudy there in Starbase, but let's just double check the latest weather update. So the next weather update, we are 55% chance of go. So yes, that is going to be pretty crazy. There is a poll in the chat. Let me tell you, I am 100%. I have 100% confidence that it will all go absolutely fine. I reckon they have ironed out every single issue. That's what I reckon. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Now, there is a little bit of background. Oh, no. I didn't do it. There should be a little bit of background music. And obviously in the background. Should be just sort of a lower tone. Hopefully you guys, it won't be too loud. Let me know if it is too loud. I can just lower the volume down a little bit. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting stream. You know, we could possibly be here till well after 2 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. So currently it is 9:46. Yeah, and you know the window is from 11:30 UK time to 1 a.m. UK time. The flight will roughly be about an hour and a bit. Like we're talking like an hour and 3 minutes, roughly, if everything goes to plan. Now, it is looking very promising for today. As I said, the tank file.
Tubblesmeister said, screaming.
Hello, Tubbles. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Let me just try and get my chat to go there. But
Tubblesmeister said, I have arrived.
You have arrived, and I've jumped. So yes, it is currently going to be a very good stream. Honestly, my GPU fan is just absolutely dying. But we are here for the crazy flight that it's going to be. Now, obviously, SpaceX
said I have everything crossed for this one.
Yes, no, me too, colorist. Yes, definitely. I've been doing cloud maneuvers, trying to get them to
Daily
move
CFC
away.
Focus said, hello, it's me.
Hello, Daily. Welcome, sir. But yes, I'm going to run through some bullet points on what is actually different with the new the V3 Starship, because this is a whole new beast. It really is. Once again, it takes the crown of the tallest.
Said, hello, it's me. How are you?
It takes the
Daily CFC Focus said, I am going to be quiet, just watch today as watching YT, just want to be here in the background, still love you, Lee.
Oh, thank you very much, Daily. Thank you. Love darts. So yeah, I've got a list of bullet points I'm going to go through while we wait for the stream.
Daily CFC Focus said, liked.
Cheers. Yep. Like and subscribe, vote in the poll. Get all your things down, because tonight is going to be absolutely epic. I want to see how many people we can get voting. I want to get as many people getting a vote.
Tubblesmeister said, lying face, nose, dark skin tone.
What's with the dark skin tone? Daily
CFC Focus said, I did an English exam. Today the harder one, it was okay.
Oh god, I hate my English exams. Right, so our talking points that we have, my little bullet point things. So, this is the big picture, right, guys? This is the whole
Daily
thing
CFC
all
Focus
together.
said, decent enough for me.
Nice, fair enough. So the big picture is.
Tubblesmeister said, Lee speaks gibberish.
Lee speaks. That is true. I do speak gibberish. But big picture, this is not just another Starship test. This isn't just number 12, you know. This is basically the first true next generation Starship system. So they have done a lot of different things with this whole entire system. The rocket, the pad, you know, the rocket's got new engines. So we got the V3 Raptor engines. Basically, they took a look at it and said, we don't need this pipe here. We don't need this sensor here. We can combine it, and it's all molded into one absolute beast of a rocket engine. It's an M&S. Yeah. I love it. When's that going to play? Is that going to play? Hello? Text to speech? What the hell? There was an error speaking text to speech. Oh, okay. That's new. Hopefully that will come back to us. We might have to turn it back off and turn it back on again. But we have new engines, new launch pad, a major redesign for both the booster and the ship. So, you know, we've gone for, with the ship, the aft end is actually lower than the previous one. They stretched out to get about another metric ton of propellant in that bottom section, which I think was LOX. Was LOX at the bottom? Yeah, LOX was at the bottom, methane's at the top. So, or was it methane? Oh, I can't. I generally, there's so much information I've got in my head right now, and I cannot remember which one is which. But yeah, so V1 was proving it could fly. V2 was proving that it could survive, you know, re-entry. And V3 is where it all becomes operational.
Meister said FFS, it's methane.
Methane. I will call it methane. I always call it methane. I watch too many American YouTubers. I'm sorry. It's gonna happen. So, going on the super heavy
Daily
booster.
CFC Focus said I watch too many also.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do. I tend to talk so American. I am actually going to do one thing, guys, quick, because it is getting quite warm
Daily
in here.
CFC Focus said I say methane.
Yeah, methane. Yeah. Let me just turn my fan on for my server because it is getting a little bit warm in here, so you might
Daily
actually.
CFC Focus said no like methane.
Oh, you say methane. Okay. Yeah. So it's methane and methane. Okay. Yeah. So, on the super heavy booster, so this is the V3, there are 3 giant grid fins. So you can actually kind of just spot them here. You got one here, and then one round the other side. So, gone is the traditional 4
Daily CFC Focus said some guy paid 900 for a fake
Oh,
phone.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Wow. So.
Daily CFC Focus said fake iPhone 14 Pro Max.
Oh bloody hell! What a mug. So with the Falcon 9, let me just put the landing legs in. So with the Falcon 9.
Tubbles Meister said who has the degree in this chat room rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that one. Yeah. So with the Falcon 9, we have. Let me see if I can get. There you go. You can just see them. You got 4 grid fins. Well, SpaceX have gone. Now fuck that. We only need 3. Make them bigger. This one here, the single one on its own, that will control yaw. So that'll be able to
Daily
actually.
CFC Focus said I want one of those exquisite ETSE1.
Yeah, my wife got me this from Etsy. It was like 70 odd quid. It's really good, I will say. Actually, really nice. It's even got a proper carbon fibre spar and everything down it. It's very, very cool. But yeah, they said, nah, get rid of that. We're gonna have just 3 grid fins. They're going to make it bigger. They're going to make it slightly different. So there is a big improvement on...
Meister said, I can't see because of your stubby fingers.
Yeah. I'll take that. My stubby fingers. Yeah, I know. So they removed one fin entirely. It sounds crazy until you realise the remaining fins are 50% larger, guys. 50% larger. Could you imagine that? Like, they were already huge, and now they're just absolutely mental, right? So there are fewer moving parts technically. So you're removing one motor, one bearing. That's sort of a good way of reducing weight and also failure points. And as SpaceX always do, they... What's the word I'm trying to find?
Meister said, so still not quite the size of your nose.
So, yeah, SpaceX simplify wherever they can. And going down to one less grid fin has clearly been the been the actual way they want it. So SpaceX engineers treat extra parts the way great gamers treat lag. Remove anything unnecessary. Which is, it is so true. Anything that they don't need, they've just gone, yeet, get out of here. Look at the Raptor engine. It's just completely and utterly clean. It's clean as a whistle. And some old CEOs of other rocket companies have said that there was a partially assembled engine. Then they teased out the actual rocket doing its first ever hot fire, and it was just like, wow. They're not chatting shit. They are actually saying exactly what it is. So also with the grid fins, as we're on there, they have moved the grid fins lower. So you can see right here, the grid fins are actually lower. So they were up nearer the hot staging ring. They have moved them down. So they are actually inside the methane tank. I'm going to call it methane. I'm calling it methane. I'm not... So that's basically to sort of keep it away as much as they can from the heat of, hot staging. We saw a lot of the grid fins were starting to warp from the heat of the engines from Starship itself. So they moved it out of the flamethrower zone, as I'm going to say. It's pretty crazy. Now, with the speaking of the hot staging, you might notice that's no ordinary hot staging. It is not like what we had back on the previous versions. Here's a lovely shot by Jack Beyer of NSF. Now you can see, look at that, right? So there's the hot staging ring, and you can see how far up they were. And now look at it. Now look at that. So it's a much lower down, which is very, very good to see. It sort of helps with control. It will also help the booster,
Meister said, I haven't been this excited since Eurovision on Saturday.
Oh god, fuck, no, Eurovision's boring as fuck. I mean, I have to say, the song that won is actually really funny. I kind of like that. But yeah, the hot staging ring is now fully integrated into the booster, and the actual fuel tank goes all the way to the top of it now. So on the previous versions, you had basically a cap that went over the top of the booster. Obviously, hot staging was kind of, it was a secondary thought. It was like an innovative, God, I can't say it. They added it afterwards because they found out that they had problems with, releasing the ship on the first flight. They also had sort of planned it, but they didn't think they were going to do it. They ended up doing it. So that means they don't discard anything now. They literally, the booster and the ship is just two separate parts that join together. There is no middle bit connecting them. So that is the best bit. And it is a massive, you know, shift. It really is for Starship. This means that it will become a fully reusable device. You know, Falcon 9, you know, we saved this. We saved the booster, and we save Dragon. We don't. There you go. That's broken. We don't save the trunk, and we don't save the second stage. So, you know, that is a partially reusable rocket, but obviously Starship's whole motto is fully reusable and rapidly reusable as well. So they are no longer protecting the booster from the staging events.
Tubblesmeister said, has the percentage chance changed since we last spoke?
Let me have a look. I don't think so. Nope, still 55% chance at the moment. So still fairly good. Still fairly good. They will definitely run the clock down, I reckon. We do have quite a while in the oh, there's a helicopter. But yeah, the booster is now not protected from the heat of you know, the hot staging event, but them openings.
Tubblesmeister said, why would we bring marshmallows?
Oh, marshmallows. No, I've not even said about the snack of the stream. So I have got the UK's favourite sweet shop, So Sweet. I have a bag of blue sweets. These are So Sweet Blue Mix. This is every single blue sweet we have here in the UK. I got these from Costco. It was 1 kilo bag, was like £9, and I've been eating them for like 2 weeks now, and I'm only just starting to get down to the bottom of them. I also have some After Eights, which is going to go see-through because it's a green box. Just realised that. I got some After Eights because, you know, it is after 8. It is 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock even. So we are all good. Right, so engine-wise for the booster.
Tubblesmeister said, I had a bag of wine gums, but they've gone.
Oh yeah, no, I love a good bag of wine gums. They are very nice. So the engines on the booster do a different startup procedure now. So in V2 and I believe V1, might be wrong on the V1, I can't actually remember, but they used to do, yeah, it is because it was Raptor 2, yeah. So they did a staggered light up procedure. So the engine started in patterns, and you had like a block of 3 patterns where some would go, some would go.
Said there was about 12 in their loudly crying face.
Oh god. No, there's not really many in the wine gums anymore. But yeah, so the fuel system has been completely redesigned to allow a faster startup. So this is basically, so the, sorry guys, I'm just gonna kill him off. There you go. Got him. So yeah, it allows faster startup. So all 33 engines start exactly the same time. It's like when you have like a cooker or a hob and you've got like 4 burners, 6 burners, you know, you wouldn't light them all at the same time, you know, but now it does. It's just like and what they do, they turn on and then they ramp up to full power. So they don't actually, you know, they can self-diagnose each individual engine to say, yeah, we can go to full power. It's like, and it's literally milliseconds, guys. We're talking literally microseconds of, you know, input, knowing exactly if this engine might blow itself up because, you know, the chamber's slightly warmer than it should be, or, you know, could be anything, or it's not enough fuel. It knows, so it will shut them down and it will not let it run at full thrust, which is amazing. So earlier boosters staggered some of their engine events, and that's what we've gone to now. So we've gone from staggered to full thrust, you know. So the bottom of the rocket you currently can't see, but if I show you once again V2 Starship, boom, there we go. So you can see all this shrouding around the outside. So the bottom of the booster had like a skirt almost around the bottom of the booster, so then it would, you know, protect the engines, it would protect also the upper sides, and when it was coming in for landing, you know, it would come through the atmosphere and you would see that like pepperoni sort of pizza look. Now we literally have just an absolutely insane redesign. There is no shielding whatsoever. Like, it's literally, shielding has gone. I'm trying to see if I have a photo of it. I don't think I do. Rocket photos, Starship. No, I don't. Oh man, I don't have it. Oh man, okay, that's annoying. So what will happen on this one is they have basically, on the engines, they have added a little bit of heat shields and a little bit of you know, thermal protection in very sensitive areas, probably where like a lot of the cables run for the sensors, that sort of stuff. But they've said no shielding, no skirt around the outside. We are just painting it black, which I'm guessing is some sort of thermal paint. That's speculation on my point. I have no idea. And yeah, it's kind of like, you know, they have saved, as the Everyday Astronaut has pointed out, they have saved almost one ton of shielding per one engine. So that's 33 tons they've managed to save just by not having any shielding. You know, it's less shielding, less dead space, less weight, less weight, and easier inspection as well. Because you got to remember, they have to inspect this after every flight. So when they start landing these boosters again and they go towards leaning to the reuse, they have got to get this, you know, ready in time, because they, remember, the ultimate goal of Starship is to fly every hour. You know, basically these boosters need to work perfectly, or else the whole sort of Starship dream becomes a lot harder. So it's pretty crazy. Every version of Starship keeps looking less like a prototype and more like a race car stripped for performance. You know, it's pretty mad to think about, you know, how the booster's gone from this giant, you know, water can, giant tin, which you can't actually see because it's, there you go, with like pipes running up the side, wires hanging down the side. You know, it did look very prototypey, which, you know, that's the whole SpaceX mission, you know. Rapid, iterative design. I didn't say that word right, but, you know. The booster has also got another upgrade, which is very, very cool. So, the previous versions used one quick disconnect, which is basically how the booster attaches to the fuel to receive its fuel, to receive its electric, to relay the data to ground. You know, they have gone from one of them to 2, and both sides do different things. So one side does liquid oxygen and one does methane, and then they have their also relative sensors and electrical systems. You know, they got a lot of that, so that also makes fueling a hell of a lot faster. They have managed to fuel.
Daily CFC Focus said, I'm on shorts watching you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my short videos are always quite funny.
Daily CFC Focus said, or landscape.
Yeah. So they basically can fuel the booster within half an hour now. That is pretty crazy. Like, that's almost the same as a Falcon 9, and this thing has basically a Falcon 9
Daily
almost
CFC
inside.
Focus said, quick as hell.
Oh yeah, half an hour the fuel booster, you know, that's faster than a lot of electric cars can charge, you know. It's pretty crazy. And also it's safer by doing 2, by separating the 2 LOX and methane.
Daily CFC Focus said, did you see the bid cars can charge on 15 minutes to 75?
Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, the BYDs are crazy. Absolutely, that's Chinese tech for you. But the problem is, how long is that battery going to last by doing that? That is the thing. The ground systems also caused delays and failures before. So by having this new system, hopefully that will, you know, they'll be able to work smaller things out. It won't be all one big thing together causing a problem. The smaller things can kind of be eked out a little bit on their own. So
Daily CFC Focus said, doing anything before launch.
No, literally we're going to just be talking about this really. We're just SpaceX's stream will be starting in just over half an hour, so we haven't actually got long enough. Still got a whole list of bullet points
Daily
to talk
CFC
about.
Focus said, yes, all right.
Yeah. There's flies. Go away, flies. Got him. So it's a clean sheet for propulsion, and it's had a complete redesign. So they had problems with vents in the bottom of Starship itself. We saw that famously, the
Daily CFC
explosion.
Focus said, been more flies than ever this year, 2026.
I swear there has. I swear I've been bitten so many times by little tiny gnats and flies and whatnot. It's absolutely awful. So they basically changed a lot of the things. So they are getting ready for refueling and docking with, you know, a tanker Starship. So they are incorporating that already into this design. V3 should be fully able to, you know, dock with each other. We still have yet to see an actual Starship going through the production line with the male docking ports. So at the moment this has the female docking ports, which they are just located here just by the quick disconnect. So we have yet to see them, which is, you know, it'll be very cool once we do see it. And then all this like docking stuff is for reliability as well. So they had a lot of valves that they put at the bottom to sort of use as vents, but they weren't really meant to use them as vents and move stuff. But we had a few that blew up, you know, some of the skirt away from ship 36, which is just mental to see. SpaceX basically gutted the plumbing and rebuilt it from scratch, which is what they've done. They've literally just like said, yeah, these pipes over here, get rid of them, move them over here, trace them over here. They have fully redesigned the engine section, which makes it a lot safer. So by them bringing the aft dome down, which is the bottom of the LOX barrel, they have basically reduced the amount of capacity that, you know, we saw the fires in the aft skirt in previous flights. That now has less space to trap a lot of you know, methane or some sort of gases that will explode. So that reduces that likelihood of, you know, the bottom end of the Starship blowing up. Long duration space flight upgrades as well. So these new systems include better insulation. So they have got vacuum jacketed pipes. So that is basically, imagine this is my pipe, you know, that's a bare metal pipe that will radiate off the cold and the heat will attract to it. Well, they've basically got insulation around it, and then it's in another pipe, and then they pour a vacuum on the whole thing. So that means that there is no air in the middle of here. It's just solid insulation. That basically means that...
Meister said, bloody hell, what have you done with the amateur streamer? He's gone. Intermediate.
I know. I've been doing a lot of research. I've watched The Everyday Astronaut, and I've also watched CSI Starbase. I made a whole list of talking points. I'm trying to be good, you know. I want this one to be good. They've got also better gas management. So they've got more avionic flight boards, basically controlling each individual things, and they have also backup batteries as well. So, you know, if they lose...
Rich 370 Gaming said howdy.
Howdy, Mr. Richard, howdy.
Meister said it's okay. Richie Rich 370 Gaming said
boom. Yes, boom indeed. So this isn't about reaching orbit anymore, right? So they kind of already proved that.
Meister said hello, Lee's boyfriend.
No, husband, thank you very much. It is now about surviving orbit for days, weeks, even possibly months. Because you remember, we are going to have HLS.
Richie Rich 370 soon. Gaming said, oh god.
And we are going to have HLS and tankers that are going to be in orbit for a very long time. So this is basically just the whole sort of, this design will work in space. Let's just get the recovery area and the recovery modes sorted, prove it can be done, and then, you know, they'll be able to, you know, understand it all and make sure it still works. So obviously we got to talk a little bit on the docking. So the docking hardware has been added. So we have 4 docking drogues, which are basically kind of like, if anyone remembers them. Hey, EBDB, hello sir, welcome to the stream. So they've got the 4 docking ports. So you've got 2 down the bottom of here and 2 at the top. So they are obviously for the tanker and the main fueling starship to come along, and they are going to dock together, and they are going to be 2 together, and you're just going to go bop like that and connect. Elon once stated that docking with yourself is easier than docking to the ISS. Now, I don't know what he means about docking with yourself, but you know.
DBDB_ said fluid transfer.
Yeah, basically, yeah, fluid transfer. Oh, what's Mr. Richie sending me? Hang on, guys. Mr. Richie is sending me a photo. Oh, DFDS. Yay! Sweet. We are going to France. We're going to France. We're going to France. We're going to France. Yeah, so they will be able to dock with each other, and I'm not quite sure if the probes... okay, I'm going to speculate here because I'm not actually quite sure. But I think the drogues actually connect to each other, and I don't know if...
DBDB_ said Rich needs a nice French girl with hairy armpits.
Yeah, I'll try and find him a French girl when we go over. So the orbital refueling is essential to the Moon and Mars programs. You know, without orbital refueling, Starship won't get out of Leo. So, you know, I'm pretty certain that the drogues, when they go in, it's like a little pincer, and it just inserts into very much male and female components, you know. And I'm sure I'm seeing one, I think it was Apollo docking port, and it had also fluid, it's like it was a cable that they had so they could connect like electrics to each side. So I'm guessing they're gonna redo that and basically do fuel lines instead. I could be completely wrong here. I'm not a rocket scientist. I don't know everything. That is speculation on my part. But today's upgrades are laying the plumbing for the future gas stations in space. I wrote that one myself because I put I originally put petrol stations, and I'm like, no, we'll call it gas for my American audience because, you know, you guys are the best. Subscribe and like and get.
_ said good one.
Yeah. So another upgrade to Starship is its Starlink dispenser. So it can now spit these hungry Pez dispensers satellites out faster. So apparently they can now do 2 within like the time they did 1 in the last version. So that means that Starlink launchers are printing money now. They are literally a money print. There you go. I finally read my own words wrong. Starlink launches are going to be becoming a money printer. Literally, they're just going to be throwing them out, you know, absolutely lobbing them out. Starship eventually launching galactic back. Oh my god, I can't even read my own bloody words. I can't read my own words. Oh my god. Okay, gigantic batches of Starlinks as part of SpaceX's long-term business model. So obviously Starlink is like a massive bit for them, but also is the AI data centers. So you think if they can make Starlink sized or slightly bigger, because they most likely will be bigger, AI data centers, the faster they can get them out, the more they can get out, you know. It'll be very, very cool to see how fast these Starlink you know, dispensers are now, because apparently it's two Starlink satellites as it was 1 last time. So, you know, that's pretty darn fast.
EBDB _ said I do have a question for you.
Oh, go on then, EBDB, fire away a question. Give me a second to have a drink.
EBDB _ said some would say it's the most important question of the day.
Oh yes, I like this question.
EBDB _ said what's for dinner?
Oh, what's for dinner? Oh, do you know what I had? And this is a bit of a weird one actually. Brioche Terran shares with ham and burger cheese, or American cheese as you would call it, with a little bit of mayonnaise. That was my dinner tonight. I was going to have a takeaway. I might do that tomorrow. But do you know what I really am fancying at the moment? KFC.
EBDB _ said what the absolute fuck is that?
Really? A brioche bun. They're from Costco. I don't think I've ever seen them in America, to be fair. Let me just... Brioche. I never know how to spell brioche. Brioche.
EBDB _ said we have brioche buns.
Yeah, it's basically a small brioche bun. It's called a Terran share. Tear and share. Here we go. Oh, come on. Show me the Costco ones. Costco. Right, here we go. So, right, here we go. So, this is a...
BDB underscore said O tier and share.
Yeah, tear and share. So, that's basically what they kind of look like. They are just a batch of brioche buns together, all in one big... They basically put it in one big tray and they chuck it in the oven and they go together. I love them.
BDB underscore said, I thought you were saying something like tear and share.
Well,
BDB underscore said,
no,
sorry, the accent.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I fully understand that one. Because that's the thing, like, we got Worcestershire, you know, or Worcestershire, or we've got, what else, there's, you know, Hampshire, we've got all sorts of shares, so I understand fully where you got caught up there. Oh, now targeting 6 p.m. Central.
Said, wash your sister sauce.
Wash your sister sauce, yeah. Right, so the timer has gone back for Starship Flight. So 6 p.m. I now need to move the timer back. We have moved back half an hour, I think, if I remember rightly. So that is 12 o'clock UK time is now the...
BDB underscore said that 7 p.m. est.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, because Central's 1 hour, isn't it? So 12 p.m. 00. Oh, come on.
Tubblesmeister said correct.
Right, today... Cancel. Why can't I change... Right, date. Oh, I've got to do tomorrow's date, and I 12...
EBDB underscore said Carolina Hurricanes play at 8 p.m. est.
Oh, God. Well, it should be about an hour and 3 minutes is the roughly the flight.
EBDB underscore said first game of the Eastern Conference finales.
Oh, nice, sweet. Yeah, we've just had our FA Cup final. So we've had all our football finals now. So going back to our upgrades on excuse me, can you just go back here? Thank you. Looks like we got the tower vent back as well. So I've updated mine because I've seen SpaceX tweet. Is it still a tweet, guys, or is it, you know, I still call it a tweet. So, Starship's flaps have been slightly redefined and redesigned. So, it went from 2 actuators per flap, so they had upper and a lower. So you used to have little control bits like that, so they would, you know, evenly, you know, push it. They've gone down to 1, but 1 actuator has...
Tubblesmeister said that sounded bad.
I know, it really did, didn't it? It now has 3 motors, so it's got basically a lot more torque and a lot more, you know, it's a lot more strong. You know, it's stronger. It will be able to handle a lot more and also move it a bit faster. And if one motor dies, that's then a redundancy to make sure it's, you know, it can cover it. It's lower mass, lower cost to design and implement. It's also fewer systems, but a smarter system. So, you know, it's pretty darn good. Now, avionics. Obviously, Starship, I couldn't imagine what the flight software looks like. I can imagine it's fucking pages and pages and pages of software and code. I wouldn't be able to understand it. But on board, they have roughly 1.9 megawatts of power, which is insane. You know, there's some electric cars that don't even have like 1/8 of that power. It's actually crazy. So there are around 60 integrated avionics units. So some of these avionics can be the size of this, right? The size of this little tall thing, and it's just a little, you know, accelerometer, barometer. It's all the sensors in together. They plug into other sensors around their localized area. Now that's they've also got distribution boards as well, so separate areas will power certain local things, because let's say there is a problem with one of them down the bottom of the booster. We don't want that to affect like the whole one side of the booster, which was the case. They were having, you know, power loss up certain parts of the booster. So that is a fault isolation basically. So, you know, if they do have something go wrong, they just turn that little bit off. It doesn't affect the rest of the booster. It's fine. This rocket has enough peak electrical power to make a small town nervous. Like literally 1.9 megawatts. That is crazy. And also the precision autonomous flight. So there's been a massive navigation sort of redundancy. So they have multiple of these little control boards, you know, these little control boards basically that are able to take over if one has a problem. You know, it's kind of like getting 5 people to drive a car. They are ready to take over. It's like giving them all the steering wheel and pedals and gear sticks, just in case one person falls asleep at the wheel. You know, it's kind of what it very much means. There are better sensors on the flight, so they have like more upgraded pulling power in terms of, you know, how fast they can pull the data from the actual sensors. And this is meaning that the tower catches are going to become more, not easy, but it's going to become more reliable. You know, we've had the last tower catch we had, which was, what was that now, 10 11 10 10, because they threw away, oh, I can't even remember. It's been so long, guys. It's been so long. So the sort of booster come in at a bit of a weirder angle, and they obviously saw.
Meister said 1.9. Sharon, what's thinking face?
yes. Only Shazza. So the tower catches are going to become more reliable, and they are going to become the core mission architecture from now on. You know, they are basically going to prove that this V3 booster can fly, can do its job. They might potentially next flight do like an engine out situation, just to, you know, fully check off that sort of thing. That ability is what I was thinking. And then they will probably 15 maybe they will go for the tower catch and start reusing boosters. The tower catches are not going to be as well the experimental gimmicks anymore. You know, that will become fully the whole thing. They want to just get it done. More boosters they can catch, that means that the more they can send to, you know, Florida, Louisiana, oh, fuck's sake, Louisiana, oh god, I cannot speak today. I'm seriously, Louisiana, there we go. I got there, guys. I got there. So they've obviously brought a big patch of, where they're buying a patch of land there to build another Starship pad, but it's pretty crazy. That is a conversation for another day. Fuel sensors. So they have a new version of their fuel sensor while they're in space. So obviously they found some issues with their fuel sensors. This obviously...
Meister said dyslexic is strong today.
Oh yeah, dyslexia is fully strong, you know. But they've got new fuel sensors. Oh, what was it? It was an infrared basic camera that can determine the volume of liquid they have floating around in 0G. That will help obviously with you know, the fueling in space, so that's going to be pretty cool. And also for lunar missions and deep space operations, you know, they need to know exactly how much fuel they've got, or like at least a close estimation. Oh, just going to take my shoe off quickly, guys, because my feet are absolutely killing me. They have also 50 new cameras, which I still can't believe a vehicle like this even has a couple of cameras. You know, we always got like ULA and, you know, the shuttle. We got the engineering cameras, the little, you know, 250p, you know, cameras. But these are 4K cameras connected via Starlink, of course. So there is a new Starlink antenna on both the booster and on the ship, which is pretty crazy. So SpaceX are turning Starship into a flying live stream studio. Really, like, could you imagine if I had 50 cameras? You know, you could do so much with it. You know, it's kind of like the Teslas. You know, Teslas have got a hell of a lot of cameras on them now, and you know, it's just a built-in dash cam, really. Who here would actually just watch like one whole orbit? If you could switch between every single camera they had, obviously on the outside, I doubt we'd get any internal, you know, LOX tank or methane tank, anything like that. I don't think we'd see any of that. But who would actually just sit there for a whole 90 minutes and watch a whole lap around the Earth? It would be hilarious. I would so do it. So with the Raptor 3, so we touched a little bit on the Raptor 3s. They have now got more thrust. So the sea level Raptors have gone from 250 tons of force. No, wrong way round. They've gone from 230. Why did I write it that way? That was a bit weird. 230 tons of force on the previous Raptor 2. They've now gone to 250 tons of force. So it's a marginal upgrade, but the fact that they've got rid of a lot of weight, that is going to be just the craziest thing. This rocket, I will tell you, is going to leap off the pad. I think it reaches max Q a whole 17 seconds quicker than the previous, which is like, that doesn't seem a lot, but in rocket terms, it is just, what? That is like going from a Fiat Punto to a, you know, a Ferrari F40. You know, that's crazy. It is monstrous, is what I've actually put. Each engine upgrade sounds small, but until you multiply it by 33. So you think they've saved a ton of weight on each engine. That's 33 tons. They've also upgraded it by about 16% or so. The vacuum Raptors have gone up also as well. So they've gone from 258 tons of force to 275 tons of force, which is, you know, it is crazy. Internal protection systems. So there's new sensors, new controllers, and they're all actually integrated inside the engine. So there are some small little pipes that basically carry all the sensors and all the control boards. You know, this isn't just like an additional, like sticking an engine on something and then having the control box on the booster. No, they have the actual control, everything on each individual Raptor. That, honestly, that is crazy. The thing that 33 of them will be, you know, working together simultaneously to light the most powerful, the tallest, the heaviest, and also the heaviest payload SpaceX will do ever. So that's pretty crazy. SpaceX is moving from the prototype spaghetti towards operational spacecraft engineering, which is, you know, truly crazy. Right, so that's Starship and Super Heavy. Now we look at this gorgeous, absolute gorgeous Pad 2. You know, we have gone to more of a design like Kennedy Space Center and 39A and 39B. So this is a historic in itself, this pad, right? So Flight 12 will be the first one to launch from the pad. Obviously, we know that. Nothing has ever flown from this pad. It is literally only just for the other day been fully completed. Like, I reckon there's some things that still aren't even complete. Like, and they're sort of getting, you know, a bit lucky, really, I reckon. But it's a bigger fuel system, so they can handle a lot more fuel. So that means that, you know, refueling straight after a flight won't be so bad. You know, it won't take so long. There are more pumps, so that equals faster loading. As we've said, half an hour to fully fill both booster and ship, which is mental. This is sort of SpaceX getting ready for their airline style operation, you know, eventually. I doubt we'll get that in the next 2 years. I think it will only just start getting to, you know, 1 a week or so in the end of 2 years. That's what I'm saying. The chopsticks are also faster, so you can see the chopsticks breaking stuff. Where are my mouse? So the chopsticks are up here, so you can see the old tower one over here. You can see they're quite long. They cut this they actually made the chopsticks half the size of the original ones. So the reason why they did this was basically that's a lot of momentum they have to stop. You know, when we first saw like the retraction tests to sort of simulate a booster catching, they wobbled quite a bit because they've got a lot of inertia. You know, these aren't just, you know, a little bit of scaffold pipe or something. You know, these are heavy, like multi-100-ton things that are just moving, and you know, there's only so much you can sort of control and get it to millimeter accuracy, because that's what we need. You know, they've made them smaller, and also they've given them faster motion as well. So the actuators they have are absolutely, you know, beefed up. They are really beefed up. They actually changed the actuators around. So it used to be that the collared part, the actual part that it retracts into, was on the tower, right? And then it would push out like that, and that bit would attach to the arm of the chopstick. They've now flipped it around the other way, so it's actually the arm pushing itself towards to be in the closed position, because pushing is actually better than pulling. You can actually have a greater control with pulling. No, pushing even. That's always been better. Now I've actually learned this currently with my driveway gates. I've got automatic driveway gates that I've built myself, and with these two little actuators it's actually been better doing it that way. So they are treating the catch system like a precision robotic system now. So it's not just a clanky bit of metal thrown together. The tower now becomes giant Mechazilla robot arms with Formula 1 reflexes. You know, it's now going to be like you able to do, you know, some crazy things with them chopsticks, and we have seen full speed closures, and it looks very, very exciting. The flame diverter, obviously there is no round launch table anymore. You know, there is no 30 meter high round metal steel legged stall. You know, this is a proper pad with a full-fledged water deluge flame diverter. So no upside down shower head anymore. That is gone. Technically they haven't, because the flame diverter, as it comes up, it's got like a ridge cap over here, and that has actually got thousands of little holes that spray the water up. So the whole thing is metal inside, and it's all water cooled. So very much like my PC that is in my server, it is water cooled, and it's pretty darn cool. It's very reminiscent of the shuttle flame diverter. Very, very, very critical. And one of the improvements and the goal is pretty much no major refurbishment after launches. So when we had the upside down the upside down shower head, they basically had, you know, little micro cracks, little cracks in the steel that they had to then either weld or just go over, make sure that they were not getting, you know, any large cracks. The problem was that at that scale, so you remember when SpaceX showed off the one at McGregor, the testing site in Texas, they tested one engine. Now it did amazing, but I think they learned after hitting it with 33 Raptor engines, there was no way this thing was going to last. You know, they want rapid reusability. That thing was cracking and breaking way too quickly. You know, it was pretty darn crazy. So they sort of gone back to the traditional style. This is what it should have been in the first place. But I think with SpaceX just wanting to take that gamble, just wanting to, you know, try something new. You know, that was the whole Starship thing, is they are going to try something brand new. Historically, the launch pad, rocket launch pads get absolutely annihilated by the launches, you know. But SpaceX want launch, inspect, relaunch. That is it. You know, they want to get it in, take it off, catch it, just check it, and then relaunch. You know, they want it. They want one every hour, which I can't see it for a very long time. So the bunker where all the control systems are, that is all in here, and you can see there is a lot of blast shields. Like, they have vents that can come out the side. There are massive doors now. These things are way more solid than the original launch table was. You know, it was a very good launch table. I would say they had to redesign that and adapt it so much after every launch, because, you know, we saw the big doors get blown off to shreds. You know, we've seen parts of the launch table arms get launched halfway across the launch site. You know, it's pretty darn crazy. All the valves and fluids have been moved into that bunker and not around the launch table as they were. This is a very mature launch infrastructure. You know, the engineering behind it has gone absolutely crazy, and it gives a spaceport vibe instead of experimental launch table. You know, it is pretty mad. Right, so my final big takeaways for this flight. This flight is about reusability, reliability, orbital refueling, faster launch cadence, so, you know, getting it right up there, and operational maturity. So, you know, turning it from a test flight more to a we can do customer flights or even our, you know, our own stuff. V3 Starship and Super Heavy feel less like experimental sculptures and more like industrial spacecraft, because that is what they're going for. You know, they're trying to be the workhorse. You know, we've had Falcon 9. Falcon 9 has done a bloody good job. You know, the flying American broomstick.
Marcomics17 said vamos que vamos, orange heart rocket.
Vamos, hello Marcos, thank you. Yes, come on SpaceX, we can do it. So yeah, it's going to be more of an less of an experimental rocket and more of an operational one. SpaceX are shifting from can Starship fly to how do we operate a fleet of starships, and that's how the real story of and that's the real story of this flight right now. You know, it is so crucial that it works. You know, they have really put in the work, I think, on V3. You know, my confidence level in the V3 is 100%. I think the only thing that will hold them back is Pad 2 if for some reason they have had problems. You know, when the V3 Raptor engine aborts an ignition or a firing, it does actually break part of the engine. So a hard shutdown is very, very bad for V3 Raptor. I think that will improve in years to come. I reckon they're doing minor tweaks. But as they said, if you watch the latest video that they posted out, I can't even remember what the hell was it called again. Right, let me find out what it was called. I can't actually remember what it was called. Dream to Fly or something like that. What was it actually called? Oh, Test Like You Fly. So they did an episode basically talking about V3 and about all the things that they've done to it, and they actually gave you a bit of behind the scenes during the 10 engine static fire. Now they didn't confirm which static fire it was that they got rid of they actually sent the engines back to McGregor, but there was one of the static fires, whether it was the full duration or the 10 engine, they basically, ow, I've been bitten on my leg, bloody flies. So yeah, they had to send them back because the hard shutdown actually broke part of the engines. It's kind of like shifting your car into reverse while you're going forward 70 miles an hour on the motorway. You know, it's pretty darn bad for them. But I think they will get through that. I think they will, you know, they will get it to a point that they probably don't get that. I think Pad 2 will only be the major letdown in terms of issues with Starship. Right, so it's looking like so we are an hour and 6 minutes away. So I'm just checking the weather. In an hour's time, it's looking pretty good. The clouds move away. See, what I'm looking at right now is the weather for the recovery area for the booster. So, if I show you guys this. Right, so here is the launch site here, where my little hand person is, right there. So the booster is going to be somewhere over here, I'm guessing. I did actually have a Mariner's notice. So it looks like this rain is moving east, which is great. But, oh my god, jeez, there is, wow, America, what the hell? So these little crackles are, I mean, you guys can't hear it because I got it off, but you can see they are all the current lightning strikes right now. Holy shiz! So, also one thing I didn't talk about during that breakdown, they have a new launch direction. So they used to fly out of here, and they used to go between Cuba and Florida, and out over the Bahamas, and cutting just across Turks and Caicos Islands. So that's the route they were taking, and they come down here, and it went just over Africa, and then it went over Madagascar, and it would land somewhere over here off the coast of Australia. So they've slightly modified it a little bit. Now this is to help with basically they've got a pre-approved Starlink sort of launch direction. So when they go out of Florida, they come down straight out of Florida, and they come straight down here. So it's 33 degrees is the inclination. They're going to be launching Starship on a 28 degree. Oh, they pushed it back another half an hour, guys. We are back another half an hour. It looks like we will be going towards the end of the launch window. This happened last time. They actually went for the last 20 minutes of the window. I did kind of think this was going to happen today, hence why I got loads of snacks and loads of drinks and lots of talking points. So they have a new modified launch direction, which will come down here, and it will actually go between the Cape of is it the Cape of Mexico? I'm guessing it's Mexico, and then it will shoot down here, and it will go between these ones basically. Is this where St. Lucia is? I can't remember what. Is it St. Lucia? St. George. St. Lucia's further up, I think. St. Lucia's up here, isn't it? Oh, I can't remember. My geography was always quite bad. But yeah, so it's basically going to fly through this little gap now. It's going to fly over here, and it's going to come down, and that means that it starts coming a little bit further down, and then it comes up and around here over Port Louis, and then it will come a little bit higher here. So this is actually going to help with Starlink launches, which is very good. So the traditional way they've been flying at the moment sort of more helps it to fly basically towards more of a way for the moon missions and all that lot. So it will help a lot more in that sense. Right, so I'm just going to push our clock back a little bit more, and we're gonna go. So we've got now, oh come on, you're gonna work. So we're now back to an hour and a half. So clearly something is oh goodness sake, the launch director is obviously no go for the weather, but that's okay. We will be fine with that. So we have basically another hour they can push back, basically. So we will be here and we will be ready for it. Now, one thing I did want to do, I wanted to get something sorted, but I basically fixed a load of things for the stream, and I tried to get something working that I've been trying to do for ages. Now these are for these sort of big rocket launches, is whenever, you know, SpaceX or Rocket Lab or ULA tweet, something out, it will pop up just down below me as a little like chat bubble thing, and it will say, you know, we have moved it back half an hour or whatever. But I have basically integrated my ChatGPT into a little chat bot sort of style icon for OBS. But for the life of me, I cannot get it to work. You know, I've been coding some nights where I've just been sat in here absolutely, you know, eyes glued to my screen, and I cannot get it to work. It just, I've even submitted it to ChatGPT to see if it can work out where I've gone wrong. And if I go to the website URL that I use to host it, it works. But as soon as I put that as a browser source in OBS, it doesn't want to know. It does not want to know. I'm just sick and tired of it. So I have, because basically there are paid things you can have that will basically give me like a little, you know, I can customize like an avatar to go below me down in the bottom, and I can set it up randomly to, you know, if you guys post a question in chat, or, you know, someone makes a funny joke, it will reply to that sort of thing on screen and will talk to me and you guys. You know, it'll be basically like having a co-host almost. You know, it's a bit like when Mr. Ritchie's here when we play GTA. You know, it gives us someone else to talk back to, but you can also, you guys will be able to make it do all sorts of things, which, oh God forgive, God forgive me if I let you guys take over the stream. So what I actually wanted to do is just add one filter to the I'm actually going to turn that fan off now. It's getting bloody cold on my arm. So I wanted to give my camera a extra little filter. So I wanted it to go here, go here. How do I get it to work? That is what I need to know. Right, okay, that one didn't manage to get it on there. Okay, well, it looks like, guys, for now we're still going with it, at least. I'm gonna quickly check the timeline with you guys. So T-minus 50 minutes, so that's where we seem to be getting to at the moment. The space flight director, SpaceX flight director even, conducts a poll and verifies go for propellant load. So they are not going to load this thing until they know at T0 that they have possible chance of launch. So I don't know what any issues are with the sort of what they need to get. Obviously they don't want to have a rain cloud above the rocket, because when it flies through that, it's a giant metal, you know, metal tin. It's a stainless steel rocket, so it is pretty crazy that, you know, you don't want to send that up through a cloud that could possibly trigger lightning. You know, that would be one of the worst things possible. That, I just realised, I haven't seen it, but I just realised that I've set one of the bloody what is it, the subscribe thing keeps coming up so much right now. I'm just going to extend the timer on it because I don't know why that is just going absolutely crazy. Where the hell even is it? Right. Right, timed action, edit trigger. Timer. Where the hell is timer? Commands. Commands, okay. Services. Timers, here we go. Edit. 300 seconds, so we're going to change that to 700. Right, there we go. That should pop up a lot less. That was kind of annoying, to be fair. Okay, kind of kept seeing it. I didn't know what it was. Hey, it's got too hot in here again. How? It is currently, what is the temperature in this shed right now? So if I turn that fan off, because I actually have a digital thermometer thing, it is currently 21 degrees here in the shed. Today it got up to, so you can actually, on my monitor, I can actually see like a graph of what was here today. So it got up to 23.5 degrees in the shed today. It has been absolutely gorgeous here today in the UK, and we're about to get another heat wave. Like, and when I say heat wave, I mean proper true British heat wave. 25 degrees. Like, Monday could be high as 31 degrees in some parts of the UK. So that is pretty nuts, to say the least. Right, weather radar. Right, okay, I'm going to go satellite. Right. That should be fine. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly pop us to a special... There we go. Right. So, currently, we are basically getting ready for the booster to potentially start getting filled up with liquid oxygen and liquid methane. Now, I think I'm first going to pick up my dragon capsule, because I don't want to be leaving that on the floor, because I will end up treading on it and crying where I broke it. Oh my god! Guys, what do you reckon? Just what would happen if you expended the Falcon 9 booster with just the... Could the booster allow... Oh man, that would be quite funny actually. Put in the crew capsule on top of just the booster itself. I love how literally this all comes apart so cleanly. Like, the 3D printer of this was absolutely amazing. It's really annoying that some things don't line up very well. They're kind of in slightly the wrong spot. So there we go. There's that one. Oh, it's so annoying. It's just... It always goes a little bit too far. It's really annoying. And there we go. And then we just put our Crew Dragon back on top. So, I'm going to put the him back up there. Come on, get out. There we go. Right, guys, so this is V1 Starship, right? And Super Heavy. So that is Starship V1. So you can see the flaps are dead in the middle here, and not really a lot else. There's sort of V1 and V2 didn't have anything too crazy, apart from the forward flaps were moved slightly leeward of the tiles. The booster, on the other hand, had quite a bit of a, you know, this black bottom part is actually kind of funny because this Timu model.
Meister said Kyle Busch is dead, can help.
What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Kyle Busch is dead. What the fuck? How? 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 Oh shit! We are saddened and heartbroken to share the news of the passing of Kyle Busch. A two-time world.
Meister said he was in hospital because he was ill.
Fucking hell! I know I didn't like the guy, but wow! Oh wow, yeah, no, thoughts and prayers for the family. Jesus, that's crazy. I actually can't believe that. Holy crap! I'm actually, oh man. Like I said, you know, I may not have liked the man, but you know, that's still quite sad. You know, he was. I will give him credit. He was a good.
Meister said, "I'm sad now. He kid was starting to race too."
Oh shit! Really? Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh man. Well, let's see America send him with the biggest firework ever going now. You know, let's send the firework up into space for him. That's not good. I liked him for his sort of attitude with other people. You know, he was very much like fuck the haters sort of thing. Very Max style. You know, very sort of. He was a grumpy little shit. He really was. You know, but yeah, never wish that on people. So that's quite a shame. Oh, I can't believe that. That's pretty crazy. That is. Oh, guys, also, if you noticed lately that the 24-hour live stream has disappeared, that's the computer right there. Like, that is it right there on the side. I'm currently doing some maintenance with it, and I decided to end the stream, and then I will hopefully, once I get this computer sorted, because basically the computer was overheating and it was starting to cause the actual streams to start buffering and start getting really messed up. So I decided to stop the 24-hour live stream for a bit, get this thing sorted and get it back up and running. So yeah, that was a kind of an iffy moment. It is literally, that computer there cost me 35 Great British pounds. It is a 2011 dual core processor. I didn't even upgrade the RAM because it's only got 2 RAM slots. It's the only Intel machine I have. All my other machines, including my server and this PC right here, are all AMD. AMD, please sponsor me. Please. I'll do anything. But yeah, it's pretty mad that that one sort of had a few issues. I mean, the fact that the processor was reaching 101 degrees, which anyone knows for computers, 101 degrees is like turning it into liquid almost. It's pretty mad. Also, it's happy birthday Axiom 2 mission. Damn, didn't know that. This chair is brilliant, but I slip off it when I'm wearing the shorts that I'm wearing. It would really, like, I sort of slip down. Right, so going off the timeline for the countdown to launch, right, for this. So obviously we've got to the T-50 again. and then they've moved back the clock, either due to weather or due to, you know, ground systems. Could be anything really. So we've seen the tank farm has definitely been spooling up, so that is very good. But at T minus 38 minutes and 53 seconds, the ship will start loading its liquid oxygen. So we will see basically venting from here, and we should hopefully start seeing the ship getting frosty. Then the booster liquid methane will start, the liquid oxygen of the booster will also start at T minus 35 minutes. So that's, you know, a couple minutes after the ship, the booster will start. Then at T minus 34 minutes and 43 seconds, the booster will start its methane fill. Now we jump forward a little bit. We go to T minus 21 minutes and 30 seconds. So the Raptor engines will start chilling down on the booster and the ship. So when they mean chill down, they basically run small amounts of the propellant through the lines. It's some propellant, some nitrogen. It basically cools it down. It's a bit like if you are really warm and you walk into a cold place. Let's take, for example, when I go to Florida, we go to the penguin enclosure in SeaWorld. So SeaWorld, lovely outside, 20-30 degrees, lovely weather. The penguin enclosure is 1 degree, literally almost 0 degrees. Now we walk in there with shorts and a t-shirt. Now for us here in the UK, that is pretty much fine. We can get away with that for about half an hour or so without needing a big coat. The Americans, they need, you know, they need layers. They're in there for 10-15 minutes max. Sometimes even less. You see people scurrying out because it's too cold. So with the chill down, they're basically giving yourself a cold drink just before you go in there. So it's to stop that initial shock of the freezing cold. Like, you got to remember, some of these fuels are at like minus 175 Celsius. So like they are super cold. They are super chilled propellant. Then we move on to 2 minutes and 50 seconds until T0. The booster propellant load will be complete. So that means the booster will be completely full of liquid oxygen and methane, and also a bit of nitrogen. So it will be fully done. It will be at 100% that fuel gauge, and it will be ready to go. Then at 2 minutes and 10 seconds, the ship will finish filling up. So that's pretty crazy that the ship with its single QD takes the same amount of time, if not just a little bit longer, than the whole booster with its 2 QD plates. It's pretty mental to think that that's actually how fast they can fill it. Then we get down to T minus 30 seconds. The flight director will verify go for launch. So that is when we hear flight director go for launch, right? So that's when we start cheering and we start getting excited, okay? Then 17 seconds to T0, the flame diverter will activate. So we will see mist appear from the bottom of the base, and then we will start to see water coming out of there. Now the top deck water fountain will not activate until the very last moment. They don't actually give us any notes on exactly when each part of the deluge goes. We kind of just know that it will go. If they go to full thrust, that is when the top deck will go. So at T minus 3 seconds, guys. 3 seconds. All the boosters' engines will be commanded to start up. So that is where all 33 engines go woof, and we are on. And then they will ramp up to full power to T0, and that is where excitement is guaranteed. Like, that is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, my new thing I've got, we're going to talk about the actual plan for the actual, oh god, what's it, for the actual flight. So this is talking about what they are going to do after T0, what is going to happen, right? Sorry guys, I've got a really itchy nose. So after T0, we have this, right? So we're at T0, we've had liftoff. Then we will have max Q at 45 seconds. So 45 seconds and it will already reach maximum peak aerodynamic stress on the rocket. That is crazily fast. Then at 2 minutes and 22 seconds, Super Heavy will command MECO, or most engine cut off. So that is, they will keep 13 of its engines still running at lower thrust. So then it will basically just back off a little bit, enough for ship to push away and have enough thrust. Then comes up hot staging. So hot staging is at 2 minutes and 24 seconds. That is where the Starship Raptor ignition and stage separation will occur. At 2 minutes 30, Super Heavy will do its boost back burn. So they will ignite more engines. No, I said it wrong. It goes down to 3 engines, then we'll go back up to the 13 engines for the boost back burn. I'm not even reading my own notes again. So Super Heavy will then perform its shutdown of its boost back burn at 6 minutes. No. 3 minutes 30. So it'll be 1 whole minute. It will be doing a boost back burn. Then at 6 minutes 34, Super Heavy will perform its landing burn. Right, guys. So it will do its landing burn. Where it will do its 3 engine burn. Then it will did I not? Yeah, I did do that right. Then at T plus 6 minutes and 59 seconds, the landing burn will shut down. So that is where we are going to see it hover in the air, and then it's just going to drop. It's just going to go. And they do this intentionally because they basically line it up to the height of the chopsticks, the height of the tower, and then they want it to fall into the ocean very, very fast. And this thing will drop so damn quickly, right guys? It will drop like a lead balloon, and then hopefully blow up in the Gulf of Mexico, which they want it to, because you don't want to leave a booster just sitting in the Gulf, you know. It kind of be a little bit irresponsible. They're not China. Right, then we will have the Starship engine cut-off. So Starship's engines will be running for all that time that the booster's done its landing burn and all that. It will then shut its engines off at 8 minutes and 11 seconds after T0. T plus 17 minutes and 37 seconds, they will start the Starlink payload deploy demo. So this is where they're going to chuck 22 dummy Starlink satellites, the V3 versions, out of Starship, and it will carry on, and then we will potentially get that camera feed looking back at Starship as it floats away. Now obviously the Starlink dummy unit will be on the same trajectory as Starship, so suborbital. They will not be placed into orbit, so they will be absolutely fine. They will just burn up in the atmosphere. It's very, very cool. So then at T plus 27 minutes and 15 seconds, that payload deployment demo will be completed, hopefully. Right, so that is sort of the first bit of you know, that part of the mission. Right, second part of the mission. Then we will have oh, I actually done two of the same one. That's fine. So then at T plus 38 minutes and 37 seconds, they are going to attempt to relight a Raptor in space relight demo. So they're going to take one of the sea level Raptors, and they will try and basically, they'll point the ship backwards the way it's going, and they will do a small burn. Now this will be a couple seconds. It doesn't actually change the trajectory as much as you would think, but they are just doing this to prove that they can relight a Raptor in space, which will perform the orbit burns once they go into orbit. It's pretty mad. Now after that we will skip forward to T plus 47 minutes and 47 seconds, which I like that. Starship will start its re-entry phase of flight. So it's already past this apogee, and now it's already starting to come back into the atmosphere. At T plus 1 hour and 2 minutes, Starship will be transonic. So that'll be parts of the ship will be going subsonic and hypersonic. T plus 1 hour and 3 minutes and 8 seconds, Starship will become subsonic. So it'll be traveling just above the speed of sound. Then at T plus 1 hour and 5 minutes and 6 seconds, it will then prepare its landing burn. So the landing burn will start, and we'll be getting ready to do some crazy things. So then once it's done its landing burn, so 2 seconds later it will do its landing flip. So that is its like amazing sort of handbrake turn in the sky, and then a couple of seconds later, literally 9 seconds later, the landing burn will go from 3 engines to 2 engines. Then guys, this is the crazy thing. So we are going back to SN10. We're going back to that. The landing burn will then 7 seconds after that will then go to from a landing burn of 2 engines to 1 engine. They are because of the upgraded thrust with the Raptor 3, they are confident that they have enough power in one Raptor to do the landing burn. So you got to remember guys, they are going to catch this thing with these giant chopsticks down here. So that 1 engine has got to provide enough thrust for it to slow down and slightly hover. Absolutely crazy. And that is the timeline for that flight. Flight 12 is going to be pretty mental. Honestly, I'm so shocked we're here already. Like it just doesn't feel like it has been so long. When was the last Starship launch? Let me have a look. It's been oh, for goodness sake. I'm using next space flight because I can't remember. So the last one was okay. Why is it not Starship V3 Heavy? Right, so the last one was in October, guys. We're in May. We are in May. Why does it feel like it's been like years since flight 10, flight 11 even? So this is the thing. I think with 10 and 11, we got really lucky that they were, you know, just under a month apart. So if you think about it, we had previous, here we go. What the hell? Hello? I've pressed the wrong button. Oh, here we go. So why is it not showing me all of the things? Okay, so we had one in August last year. We also had one in October. So how many flights did... So we've had 6 successful flights, 3 failures completely. So we've had 2 partial failures as well. So we've kind of had 5 partial failures in total. But we've had 2 back-to-back perfect launches. So it is going to be exciting to see what happens. Because, you know, we could be witnessing, you know, the start of, you know, multi-planetary, you know, control for the humans. You know, we are honestly on our way to the stars, and I just cannot wait to see what happens. If Starship actually manages to make it to the skies, make it to, you know, orbit, delivers HLS, puts humans back on the moon, the things that this is going to do for humanity is going to be amazing. Think of all the medical research that can be done. You know, microgravity is already helping us so much with medical stuff, you know, up on the ISS. So the things that we're going to learn from this, a lot of people don't realise how much of our day-to-day life has actually been benefited by space travel. A lot of people say, oh, why are billionaires sending millions of pounds worth of stuff up into space? You know, it benefits us so much. MRIs were developed by NASA to check on, you know, all that sort of stuff. It was MRIs? I'm pretty sure it was MRIs, or was it X-ray? I can't remember. Who made MRI machine? Right, I can't remember. It was it MRI? Right, well, there we go. I'm going to do a quick bit. What NASA things do we take for right? Okay, here we go. It was memory foam. Wow, okay. Memory foam mattresses, cordless power tools, scratch resistant lenses, modern water filtration systems. So they were all like developed by NASA and the engineers there to basically help with space travel, and that basically then trickles down to us normies. So the infrared ear thermometer, by utilizing astronomical infrared technologies to measure the amount of energy emitted by the eardrum, thermometers can now take the temperature in 2 seconds without invasive contact. So that shows you guys that, you know, there are some things that we do take for granted that we have. So camera phones to take high quality pictures from space without giant heavy. So basically when they started condensing the cameras down, making them a lot smaller, but also a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Sort of a lot smaller and a lot more compact. CAT scans, that's what it was. There we go. 20 inventions. There you go, got him. Right, so 20 inventions that we shouldn't take for granted. So we have, oh wow, okay. Camera phones, yep, scratch resistance, CAT scans, here we go. A space program needs pretty good digital imagery. The JPL, or Jet Propulsion Laboratory, played a lead role in developing this technology, which in turn helped create CAT scans and radiology. Damn. LEDs. Red LEDs have been used in space to grow plants and heal humans on Earth. Red LED technology was used by NASA as something to develop a medical device such as RUP-10. God knows what that is. Landmine removal. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, that looks a promising sign. Guys, that vent from the tower looks very promising. So we are coming up to the decision time for propellant load. So that is basically what we are seeing right now down there is the tower preparing to that is like a chill down of the lines to then accept the freezing cold propellant through the lines. So the landmine removal, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the actual name of the place, but Propulsions uses NASA's something rocket fuel to produce a flare that can safely destroy landmines. It also works by burning a hole through the mine without detonation. Athletic shoes. Nike Air trainers wouldn't exist. What? No way. So you're telling me that my Nike Airs would not exist, this bit here would not exist without NASA. Wow. Okay, you really do learn something new every day. So, wouldn't exist if they weren't for the suit construction technology deployed by NASA. It was a former NASA engineer that first pitched the idea. Wow. Foil blankets. So, you know, when you're like in a house fire and stuff like that, they wrap you in, you know, big foil blankets to stop you from, you know, if you're falling into the water, hypothermic shock. Oh, looks like we're getting along, guys. It might be almost time. What? Oh my god, this is so annoying. There's a little dip in the floor and it always gets really, like, my wheel gets stuck in there. The foil blades, so these metal sheets which are now used on Earth for in extreme temperatures, were used as lightweight insulators for NASA's developed protective spacecraft and people in space. So they used it to protect, you know, the size of landers, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. Water purification systems. So in the 60s, NASA created an electronic silver ionizing electronic silver ionizing to purify astronauts' drinking water. Right, okay, it looks like... Okay, we have hit T minus 50. Now, is it going to start filling? I'm going to keep my eye out on the booster, on the ship. So I'm not quite sure yet. So this technology is now widely used to start to kill bacteria in recreational pools. Wow, okay. Dustbusters. So NASA approached Black & Decker to develop a lightweight device that collects samples on the moon. The company then used this technology to create the Dustbuster in 1979. Damn, I didn't know that. Air thermometers, we've done that. Home insulation. Space is a place of extreme temperatures. Knowing this, NASA's developed insulation from an aluminized polyester called Radiant Barrier, used today in most home insulation. Oh god, who here has been in their loft or in their like attics and touched that fiberglass insulation? Oh my god, that absolutely itches like anything. Right, we still had nothing from... Okay. So Avid Space have posted go for prop load. I don't know how they know that. There's been no communication from SpaceX about it, but I'm guessing they're going from like what the actual rocket's doing. They sort of have everything down to a T. The Jaws of Life, an extraction tool to free people from mangled vehicles. The Jaws of Life applies a... I'm not even going to say that. An explosive charge. Oh, okay, so it's the explosive ones, not the hydraulic ones. They were used to separate devices on the space shuttle. There we go, so that's pretty darn cool. Wireless headphones or headsets. NASA, being one of the forerunners for advancing communication technology, developed these headsets to allow astronauts to be hands-free without wires.
CFC Focus said JD put Liverpool kit on sale on release day.
Fair play. Fair play to them. Memory foam, here you go. I wanted to see about this. Memory foam mattress are the result of an incredible foam developed by
Daily
NASA.
CFC Focus said 84 Liverpool store 70
Woo!
JD.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get it. They're cashing in on that cheapness. Sort of, they'll do in bulk rather than their quality over quantity. No, quantity over quality. NASA in the 70s, to help make airline pilots' seats more comfortable, they were later installed in the space shuttle. That's pretty cool. Obviously, freeze-dried foods, you know, NASA always 98% of their
Daily CFC
nutrients.
Focus said get JD or even Gate kits.
Oh yeah, get DH gate kits. They're usually pretty good. Why is the outside light on? Oh, there you go. 1 minute. The Starship team is going for propellant load. Woohoo!
Daily CFC Focus said mine were 15 pounds.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Right. Adjustable smoke detectors. Here we go. While NASA didn't actually invent the first smoke detector, they did come up with a more modern version of the invention, creating the most sophisticated alarm system ever invented. Baby formula. So infants...
Daily CFC Focus said 50 for all.
That's not bad.
It's a season in large size.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Infant formula now contains a nutrient nutritional enrichment ingredient, the origins of which can be traced back to NASA sponsored research that explored the use of, I'm not even going to say that word, for long duration space travel. Nice. The computer mouse. In 1960s,
Daily
NASA...
CFC Focus said 3 away home and third I also try get a goalkeeper so 61.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good. NASA... in 1960s, a NASA researcher was trying to make computers more interactive with an idea that it was suggested about how best to manipulate data on a computer screen, leading to the mouse. That is well cool. Oh man, that is really going for it. Look at that, guys. I think they just installed cloud machines. Like, that generally looks just like a cloud machine. Portable computer. So there are some things that we do take for granted. Right, and for that, I believe SpaceX are live. And I've missed the start of it. I've missed the intro. No. Right, here we go, guys.
And we are just over 43 minutes away from the first flight of SpaceX's next generation vehicle, Starship version 3. I'm Kate Tice, Senior Manager of Quality Systems Engineering.
And I'm Jake Berkowitz, a Lead Propulsion Engineer. And today we're coming to you factory, where the team's preparing for Starship's 12th test flight.
Yeah, it's been a few months since our last update, and in...
Oh God, come on.
Daily CFC Focus said Lee.
That's right, Kate. Starship version 3 has undergone significant
Here we go,
upgrades,
guys.
taking everything we've learned from the previous 11 flights to make a vehicle capable of full and rapid reusability.
Oh guys, it's here.
Everything from a new booster, new ship, new engines, to a new launch pad, new avionics, new software, and so much more. All of that hardware is just down the road at Pad 2, a little over a mile and a
Daily
half
CFC
away
Focus
from
said
Jake and
your
myself. And
video is
it's
shared on
over
my
in our
channel.
viewing area
Oh, cool.
outside
Thank you
of
very
the-
much.
Outside on the lawn, Starbase employees are excited and already
Damn.
to watch today's flight.
Yeah, and right behind us are 3 generations of Raptor engines, and today will be the first flight of the newest generation, Raptor V3. And the 33
Come on.
Raptors on Super Heavy Booster combined to generate 18.
Wow, look at them views, guys.
You can see them all there.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That pad looks
And it makes
so
Starship
much
by
better.
far the most powerful rocket of all
Look at the
time.
hold down
For comparison,
clamps.
We have over twice the thrust of the
Oh
Saturn V
my!
rocket that carried astronauts to the
Their
moon.
ship.
And then here, of course, you can see on ship, we have another 6 engines, and 3 of them feature the larger vacuum-optimized nozzles.
Look how much space there
As a
is.
member of the Raptor team, I can tell you that we're all incredibly excited to put V3 to the test today and demonstrate the capabilities of our most advanced engine. And we'll get into all the exciting
Right.
details. in
Guys,
just a
I'm
moment.
just going to
Now, the
put
excitement is
my
all
massager
around.
on for a little bit because my back's
Raptor
hurting a
and
little bit.
Starship V3 are designed to be foundational for the future of the program.
Look at
They're
her.
designed to enable us to send payloads and eventually...
Look at the tower. They've done a lot of cladding at the top of the tower.
Ultimately helping us make life multiplanetary and extending the light of consciousness to the stars.
Oh,
Yeah, in the
wow.
meantime, we're planning to put Starship to work
Look
shortly
at it,
on
guys.
bigger and more powerful Starlink version 3 satellites. These new
Wow.
satellites aim to substantially increase capacity in orbit, strengthen the network, and deliver an improved experience for customers on Earth.
Wow.
Starship will also carry our upcoming V2 Starlink mobile satellites, which are
Ooh.
expected to provide direct 5G connectivity from space straight to mobile
That's
phones
very cool.
worldwide.
Now, as a reminder for all of you watching at home, what we're doing today is a test. Like we mentioned earlier, we've redesigned the majority of this rocket and its systems.
Yeah.
From the outside, for those of you that have tuned in before, it might look pretty familiar.
No,
but
it's completely
beneath the
different.
surface, it's all new. And the primary objective today is to put it all together in a real, live flight environment. we gotta launch.
Yeah, and
Come
really,
on!
the data we're expecting to get back from today's flight, that's going to bring us closer to making Starship operational and unlocking the next generation of our future in space. So no matter the outcome of today's test flight, excitement is guaranteed.
Most definitely. And speaking of excitement, Dan Hewitt is in a pretty exciting place. He's stationed just outside of the Launch Control Center.
Hey, it's our favorite man.
Kate, it couldn't be going better. We have a blue sky outside. I'm
Yeah.
psyched. Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Hewitt with SpaceX Communications.
We know Dan very, very well.
For another Starship launch.
Guys, how's the audio levels? Are they okay? Let me know.
Our window a little bit, but we are looking good right now at this moment. Behind me, you see the flight control team, the ground console, looking at the rocket, the pad, the range, the weather, everything.
Oh, look at the telemetry on the boards. That's so good.
Prop load in just a couple of minutes, and we are counting down to a liftoff at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. The weather is great. We have
okay.
sky all day. There you can see almost. I was
gonna say, it looks a lot better.
Upper level winds a little bit earlier. That's why we moved into our launch window. But the great news is we are looking to go for launch. Also, we're monitoring the range, so air and sea space out in the Gulf and also in the Indian Ocean on the other side of the world. Not tracking any issues there.
Nice.
Today's countdown functionally going to look pretty similar to most people. There's a couple of differences in timing for some of those major milestones, like when we start loading propellant, when the diverter turns on and the water's flowing, when the engines start up. But otherwise, other than that, all of the hardware brand new. New booster, new ship, new engines, new pad. Let's nerd out. Let's dive.
Wow, look at that!
There it is on the pad. Say hello
Look
to
at it!
Starship version 3.
It's a cloud machine!
Some of the outside might look familiar, but we've made extensive upgrades across every single system. Start with the
Wow.
big picture, because Starship still very, very big. Just over 400.
Flipping huge!
Fully stacked, a little bit taller than version 2. With that extra stretch, we can carry.
Yep, it's about a meter taller.
Big rocket. The bottom half is our super heavy booster, and there are some pretty visible structural changes on the outside. We'll jump in. You've got version 3 on the left.
Look at that. That is a good comparison. Jeez.
One-time use hot stage adapter that used to pop off to one that's fully integrated for reusability. And
Wow.
Starship's Raptors are actually going to be igniting directly on top of the booster's fuel tank. The fuel tank pressure itself and then a non-structural layer of steel, it's what's protecting the top of that booster when we do hot stage separation.
That's mental.
Moving down a little bit, we went from 4 grid fins to
Look at
3,
that, look how
50%
big it is!
bigger and higher strength. Just a reminder, that's what booster is using to kind of steer itself as it's flying back for a catch. We're also now going to use those grid fins for lift and catch itself. We zoom in a little
That's
bit, you can see
mental.
new catch points now on
Yep.
those grid fin structures.
So that's actually what is going to catch the booster eventually.
Fuel transfer tube. This is the really big tube inside the rocket.
It's literally like a Falcon 9 booster.
The Super Heavy's 33 Raptor engines. It's going to help us flip faster, and we can now start up all of the engines simultaneously. This thing is big. It's about the size of a Falcon 9 first stage, which
There you go.
gives us the fun realization that we kind of put a rocket inside of a rocket. The very bottom of the booster looks very different. You've got those new Raptor 3 engines that enabled us to delete the bulky heat shields, the engine shrouds that we had on the previous generation. And then all of the propulsion, avionics hardware for those engines are super tightly integrated now and protected by much slimmer shielding. Move on up, second stage. This version of
Here we
Starship
go.
is designed to carry massive.
Look how
payload
beautiful that is.
up to 100 metric tons to Earth orbit, the Moon, and Mars. The biggest changes are pretty much all under the hood. We gave the propulsion system a clean sheet redesign, increased
Fully
the propellant
different.
tank volume, and improved our reaction control system, our steering.
Honestly,
while
I
we're in orbit.
can't believe.
X-ray inside, the PEZ dispenser is now supercharged, a little bit of turbo, and that's going to allow us
Look
to
how
increase
big
the
it
deploy
is.
speed for each of those satellites. Today we're actually flying the heaviest payload we've ever carried
Yeah.
on Starship, but eventually we're going to launch with up to 60 of those Starlink V3 satellites.
Damn,
Just below
60
that,
of them.
Just below the payload bay, near and also
There's
down
the
on back part of
drogues.
ship, we've got a new docking port
Yeah.
that's going to enable us to link up into orbit between 2 starships, do propellant transfer. We also modified that main connection point where we load propellants into the vehicle for those future prop transfer missions. So a lot of upgrades tip to tail on the rocket, but powering everything, the Raptor 3.
Oh man, Raptor 3 is crazy. Look at that, guys. Woohoo!
ripping in real time. These engines
You actually see the
manufactured in
paint
Hawthorne,
sort of
California,
coming
tested at
off.
our site up in McGregor. We redesigned their entire ignition system. We bumped up the thrust, so putting
Oh
out
my
more force
God.
from 230 to 250 tons force in those sea level engines, 258 all the way up to
Absolute
275 on the vacuum
mental.
optimized ones. When you look at all of the generations of Raptor lined up, all of those fiddly bits, the sensors, feed lines, controllers, everything that you were used to seeing around Raptor 1
I
and
just
2,
deleted
a lot
it.
of those have either been deleted, best part is no port, or they're internally integrated and protected inside of the engine itself. That'll let us dramatically cut down on the weight of the engine, make it easier to manufacture because we are going to be mass producing these things. Now, we make these Raptors in Hawthorne.
Crazy.
There's our Hawthorne manufacturing team getting ready to see their engines fly in space.
Come on,
for the very
guys.
first time. Huge shout out to you guys. You're all wizards. Appreciate
The
you
girl
getting
down
us
that side there.
on the pad today.
Hilarious.
Incredible amount of effort. World's best engineering team works here at SpaceX. Get this rocket to that pad ready to launch. And we've been trying to follow more of it and document some of it. And if you haven't seen it, check out our new docu-series, Starship.
Oh god, they're actually gonna play this. Oh god, no, we're gonna see the explosion, aren't we?
We've also built the pad from scratch, so it's all kinds of new systems. This will be the first time that we bring together the pad and vehicle pieces to make sure that they all work.
Static fire vehicle is in pre-pad clear, about to get to our static fire pad clear stop state.
We run 60 seconds.
Right,
on
guys,
shift
my
because we get to
countdown
see
timer is
how
going
the
off for a
vehicle
sec.
panels all shake out and just
So I'm gonna
really
try and line it up
That if you can make it
perfect.
through that you're in a reasonable position to go fly.
Start up.
Right, here we go. Look at that, guys. I think I've already actually reacted to this. I never actually made the video for it.
Plus 10.
There we go.
The
Then.
journey of SpaceX is a journey to give humans access to the
Yeah,
solar system,
there we
and
go.
beyond, which is really the goal for Starship.
Plus 20.
The impact that this rocket is going to have on the world, I don't think most people can really comprehend.
This is like a 25-minute bloody video,
This is
guys.
such a wild ride. The highs are high, the lows are low as we like really work to get to ultimately launching people, which is going to be amazing.
Plus 40.
Oh wow.
It is not impossible just because it's far beyond what has been done before. We've proved that time and time again.
Alright, so look at that beast. So they did do a full duration static fire of the ship.
Oh man,
Ah!
like Dan said, we've got
I'm getting.
the best
Okay, maybe they didn't.
I
That's
love
good.
this docu-series because it's allowing us to get a peek behind the curtain.
You
Yeah,
bugger
it's-
off.
The full thing is 25
We're getting
minutes
bitten
long,
by
and we've
midgies.
watched it 4 or 5 times already. That's how good it is.
Same.
But
Yeah,
so just
same
as the team has been
things.
working hard on a brand new rocket, we've also redesigned the ground systems.
Yeah,
The brand new Pad 2, that you can see on your screen here, is making its big debut today.
damn.
Everything we learned from operating on Pad 1 to create this totally new launch pad.
Can't believe we're here,
Pad 2 is
guys.
optimized for full and rapid reusability.
So where's my pole at? My pole is at
Storage and more pumps.
50% of people are saying they are 100% confident.
On the tower, we changed
40% are saying cautiously optimistic,
better track vehicles
and
flying.
10% of you are saying I brought the marshmallows.
Driving those chopsticks from hydraulics to 100%.
Oh my god, that's mental.
Increasing their speed, redundancy, and reliability.
That is gonna be
The
hilarious.
launch mount was
We will
completely
see
redesigned.
in
If I had to
31
describe it in
minutes
one word,
who
I'd
was
say it's
correct.
robust. With the extensive concrete and steel cladding, it almost feels like you're looking at a battleship, not a launch pad. But it's also smarter. We've separated the fuel and ox systems into different compartments
Okay.
and positioned the booster quick disconnects to be out of the vehicle's plume during liftoff.
Yeah,
perhaps
because it was
the
getting
finest
absolutely
now got a
blasted.
Bi-directional flame diverter. We said goodbye to the pancake and a new top deck flame deflector to eliminate metal wearing down, which will help us get
Wow.
to zero refurbishment.
Look at the Gateway to Mars sign. It looks so flipping clean.
Chopsticks are featured here on our new Pad 2 launch shirts.
Oh, that's pretty
This
cool.
launch pad is built for maximum safety and fast turnaround because making life multiplanetary will require launching a lot of starships. And And as the countdown continues, let's change gears for a moment and head over to Tyler Lionquist in Hawthorne to talk about Starlink. How's it going over there, Tyler?
Hey, Kate, and thank you. We're back in Hawthorne, and
Hey!
we're outside of Mission Control, ready to see some Starships fly today. And like Jake mentioned earlier, on today's flight, we're deploying 20 Starlink simulators.
Oh wow, okay, they actually...
Satellites, which our team internally refers to as Dodger Dogs, because we
Dodger Dogs, okay.
satellite propellant tanks that it sticks out from both ends of the satellite. You can see it right there. It is just missing some mustard and onions. So the Dodger Dog serves as a tech demo between the V2 and the V3 satellites, and will act as a platform for testing those V3 components. So the larger V3 satellites aim to greatly expand the network's capacity, while V3 hardware is designed to support Wi-Fi, broadband speeds to customers.
What the heck?
Significant capacity upgrades.
Whoa!
And in addition
That's
to delivering
mental!
satellites to the Starlink network, we believe Starship will enable us to launch our AI.
There's no way!
You may have seen during the TerraFab event in Austin a few months ago.
In the words of Elon, that is a magnitude of order bigger.
And AI infrastructure, leveraging the unlimited power of the sun, targeting 100 gigawatts to 1 terawatt of AI computing power annually.
Oh god, there he goes, AI stuff.
Looking at connectivity beyond our planet too.
Tubbles Meister said hello, young lady.
Of course you'll be here.
Bandwidth connectivity
What?
around the moon. With a constellation of satellites designed to connect to user terminals on the lunar surface, we could relay data back to our Starlink constellation in Earth orbit.
That is very cool.
Space comms have relied on radio frequency transmission. This new design would use lasers to relay data.
Lasers!
Tubbles Meister said needs my Jesse.
Yeah.
We currently have thousands of lasers operating in our Starlink constellation around.
Lasers! We like lasers.
Connected with hundreds of terabits of capacity. Together, this could provide the connectivity.
Tubbles, how's the audio levels?
And enable gigabit connectivity anywhere on the lunar surface.
Wow.
For rovers, habitats, and astronauts.
That is mental.
Some incredible views for us back on Earth too. So all of that adds up to a lot of satellites. But the good news is there's still plenty of space in space. But that said,
Tubbles Meister said absolutely fine.
Beautiful, beautiful.
to encourage best practices across the entire industry, so space stays open for
Right,
many.
I need another drink. Oh, here we go. What's this?
There are tens of thousands of known space debris in low Earth orbit right now. All of that debris comes from man-made activities.
A lot of people talk about space being really congested, and they show this dust cloud around the Earth of all these points.
Tubbles Meister said as long as you don't squeal like a girl.
Oh yeah, no, I will turn my volume down for, you know, the actual launch itself.
At one time. So space is so much bigger, so many.
What I'm actually going to do,
much beyond what we can
because I'm actually shouting right now, I'm going to just drop the volume down on there and just up it for you guys a little bit, because I'm having to shout over myself.
Laws of motion explained by Newton's laws of gravitation. So they orbit the Earth in very predictable trajectories as long as another force doesn't act on them. So you can
So now we've got Dr. Pepper, Cream Swirl.
Obviously, to make that happen,
Are the recent Starlink footage we got?
Starlink satellites make something like 1,000 collision avoidance maneuvers on a daily basis. We predict that a close approach will occur between.
Oh, that's really nice.
A piece of space debris. We use the thruster of the satellite to make a maneuver and keep away from the trajectory of that object and reduce the probability of collision to effectively zero. Because most of the actual collision risk comes from the surface area of the solar panels, we lower the solar panels to reduce the cross-section in the plane of the
Oh, wow.
to further reduce risk.
That's pretty cool, actually.
I'm also excited to talk about a program we call Stargaze. Cameras on the satellites looking up into space, measuring the star field. You can imagine 10,000 satellites staring up into space and detecting all the objects in low Earth orbit. You effectively almost have a real-time view of what's happening in the low Earth orbit environment. So
What was it Tony Stark said? I want a shield around the whole Earth. Or something like that.
The objects with perigees below 600 kilometers. this project has opened our eyes a bit to the activities that are occurring in space that are not being published.
Yeah.
So we have many examples in Starlink satellite footage where an object came within tens of meters of a Starlink satellite.
Oh
and
my
this was not
God.
predicted. This is extremely concerning because this type of incident could have resulted in a collision.
Man.
Last year we flew 165 missions to space. As an industry leader, we would like to create a community where all industry providers share data back and forth. They tell us where their spacecraft are, they track their spacecraft as they're deployed, they make them available to others so we know where everyone is. You know, there's...
You don't want to smash into
satellite position
another satellite.
and I don't share that with anyone. No one will know where my satellite is. Well, I think that's really fictitious. So we at SpaceX, we've taken the opposite approach. We publish all our data, we put all our ephemeris data out, we show where our satellites are, we show where we're maneuvering, and I think we're now showing the industry that there is no competitive advantage by not sharing your data.
Yeah.
We're demonstrating to the outside world what good practices are. We as an industry have a tremendous obligation at this time, at this formative state, to actually communicate with each other, share best practices, and be good stewards amongst each other.
It is very, very, very good.
It'll give us an industry of the future that will continue to grow, continue to innovate, and help every company to grow and generate revenue.
To maintain safety in low Earth orbit, it's incredibly important that we work together as satellite operators and are very transparent in the activities that we are conducting. I think that an irresponsible satellite operator is one who either doesn't know where their spacecraft is or where it's going to go, or isn't broadcasting that to the world. Space is big, but operators are not always predictable. We want to enable other missions, Moon and Mars, and interplanetary exploration. So ensuring...
Oh my God, S33. How beautiful that looks.
But fundamentally, I think the message to operators is to be transparent about what you're doing in space. You know, transparent about what you're...
It's kind of like going through a dark tunnel and saying, I'm in the right-hand lane. Careful, I'm going to move to the left-hand lane. You know, it's kind of making sure you don't have that collision.
Right, and helping ensure space safety for all operators along the way. Now let's take a look into the flight profile for today's test. As we've mentioned a few times already, there are numerous redesigns making their debut today across the entire launch vehicle. In light of this, we want to keep our learning focused on all that new hardware and software, so we're running a flight profile similar to our last two Starship flights in order to minimize new variables.
Yeah, we'll start with liftoff, where Super Heavy ignites 33 brand new Raptor 3 engines. Power through ascent ahead of hot stage separation. Booster shuts down all but 5 sustainer engines. Stage 2 lights its Raptor engines.
It's 5 sustainer engines, not 3.
Stage separation, debuting the integrated hot stage. Directional boost.
Thought it was 3, but...
And boost back using 33 engines. And after coasting for a few minutes, the booster today will target a
the hot dogs!
Starbase.
Yeah, Ship does a bunch of fun things like deploying 20 Starlink simulator satellites, 2 of them Dodger Dogs as we have call them. Single engine Raptor
Dodger Dogs. I like that.
Fun Technicolor colors that will be brought to us by Starlink. And if all of that goes as planned, we will finish the test with a flip, a landing burn, and a soft splashdown in the Indian Ocean.
I like that, it's cute.
Actually,
and then normally, boom.
Thanks to Starlink, we'll be going live to the Indian Ocean and chatting with the ship recovery team.
Ooh!
There.
I'm so excited for that. That's going to be awesome.
So cool.
But sit tight. First, we're going to go to Dan for a quick status check.
Sounds right. I missed behind it.
Still looking good. We are not tracking any issues technically on the vehicle or on the pad. Range status continues to be good.
Oh, look at that.
The range out here in the Gulf and out in the Indian Ocean.
Booster's just glorious. Absolute glorious.
About 36 minutes before T0.
Right, I think it's time for an after 8.
On pad 2 than we did on pad 1.
Oh, let's open this.
Again. He was there for Starship's first flight test and 11 back for V3. He did that final go-no-go at about T-minus 1 hour. We do start loading on ship first. That happened at about T-minus 37. Booster follows about 1 minute later, starting with this.
Wow. Still can't. I like how they've done the. They've got the booster. It looks like the Falcon 9 sitting inside. That is so cool. So cool.
50 on the booster. So we go pretty much right down to the wire. But
Oh, here we go. Little envelopes of wonderful minty chocolate fins. Oh, these are honestly one of my favourite little chocolates. Oh.
In the Indian Ocean. How the heck do we see some of that? Well, we have our recovery team, our Starship recovery team.
Why has my time gone weird?
Get those re-entry views and a whole lot more. We're going to take them now. We're joining them out in the Indian Ocean. We've got Seren Sinai standing by, taking a moment from the recovery ops. He might be frozen. Let me know if you can hear me, Seren. How's everything looking out there in the ocean?
Dan, I can hear you loud and clear. We're sitting in about 8-foot waves, but it's looking like a clear day, ready for a ship to come on through.
Hey!
How many of these have you done? And like, walk us through. What's the recovery team's primary job out there?
That is so cool.
I've done 6 and now 7 of these.
6, 7!
With every mission, we've seen it evolve.
Oh my god, really?
And, but our primary goal has always been to clear the range. So just like we do over in the Gulf, the same kind of happens here.
Mental.
We send 2 boats out and we make sure there's nothing in the area so the rocket is clear to land. And then once we can guarantee
what the hell?
And have the rocket leave the pad, then we can proceed to imagery collection. So we have like...
Something is seriously going wrong with my timer.
Alright, we'll see if we can get him back, but they're out there in the Indian Ocean. I think everyone's familiar. They've got the buoy cams, they've got the drones.
Right, let's see if I can get this timed perfect. I don't know why. I said it is 19 minutes.
They've been doing some practice stuff. We've been able to shoot some of this.
Okay. Oh, that is cool. The buoy boats are so cool. I'm waiting for like Max Fosh to try and go across the channel with it or something.
Target on that, and then surrounding a couple of our other recovery folks out there are going to be flying drones.
There you go. Let's see if I can try and line this up.
Coming back, it's super critical for us to see just how that heat shield performed after re-entry.
There we go.
Having them out there remote, just
that's so weird. It's almost like it was a minute off.
Just rapid iteration on Starship and its heat shield. So looking forward to hopefully seeing some views from them a little bit later. But for now, let's head back down to Kate and Jake for the latest progress at Cape Canaveral in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Now, if we want to get to the moon and then Mars as fast as possible, there's really only one answer. Launch a lot more rockets.
Yeah, to do that, we're going to need a few more launch pads and support buildings, which is exactly what we're working on over in Florida. So originally built for Apollo and then the Space Shuttle, Launch Complex 39A has 126 Falcon missions since SpaceX reactivated the pad in 2017.
Wow.
It's that many.
That's actually quite a few.
A live webcast for our very first launch at pad 39A, and it was so exciting to see that come back to life. It's
oh man, look at that.
Almost 10 years later, the ongoing construction and development.
Honestly, SpaceX is like cinematography is just it honestly is chef's kiss. Mwah. Absolutely mental.
Also continuing to support Falcon Heavy missions from the original Apollo Shuttle Falcon launch tower.
Wow. I love how they still call it the Apollo shuttle thingy.
A giant assembly and maintenance facility designed.
Mate, this is mental. Look at it.
And when complete, this huge structure
it's just
will hold 24
steel. It's just
in over 800
loads of steel.
Square feet of workspace. That's 24 rockets under one roof. Absolutely.
24 rockets.
So SpaceX's future in Florida is
that's crazy.
First launches on the horizon.
Yes, a horizon that aims for regular trips to the moon. Now, staying
wow.
in our conversation, we're going to head back up to Dan, who has Starship Vice President of Engineering, Bill Riley, our favorite webcast visitor, to talk about the moon.
That's right, Kate. Yeah, webcast again. Bill Riley, VP of Starship Engineering. Thanks for coming, Bill.
So he's the Vice President of Starship Engineering.
Artemis 2
Engineering.
On the moon for the first time in like 50 years, more than 50 years. I personally was wildly caught up in it. I don't know how you felt about the whole thing.
I found it really inspirational. I think part of being a spacefaring civilization is being out there exploring, and I thought Artemis 2 got us back to the moon and back exploring and being out farther than we had been before.
It's always
Nice.
wild when you see space stuff kind of break through into the mainstream, and like it felt like
Yep.
it really did it. And I mean, that's
It really, really did. It also upset a lot of flat earthers. A lot of flat earthers got silenced.
program, but like what's kind of next on the horizon?
I think what's exciting about Artemis 3 is you'll see the landers introduced now. So,
Yeah.
Beachnut 985 said launch complex.
This is in Texas, Starbase. This is Beachnut. So you won't be able to see it from Florida unless you were at the Keys. No, oh no, actually no, because it's flying a different way now. You won't be able to see it at all from Florida, not even from the Keys. So this is Starbase, Texas, where this will be flying from today. Eventually, they've actually just spoke about launching from Florida. I tell you, I want to be at Florida for the very first Starship launch from there. Honestly, guys, I'm going to try and do my all to be at the first launch. Even if I have to film from my hotel balcony, which I know I'd have a beautiful view from. So, oh man, it would be amazing to be at the first launch of Starship from Florida. That actually would be crazy. And look at that, guys. We have full-on renders of what Starship HLS will look like.
A new set of blueprints to kind of start a new
Nice.
generation of explorers. Then we'll build into.
I cut my hand the other day, and it's like being really weird because it's kind of the scab wants to come off, but it doesn't want to come off. Oh man!
I'm ready for the moon base.
Can you imagine when we start like we look up at the moon and we potentially see like a little white glowy light from a city on the moon?
Absolutely, it's literally the next.
Like, is it even possible?
All right. Well, thank you so much, Bill.
Let me just ask ChatGPT quick. Will it be possible?
We're not done. We got a little bit more cool news.
Oh.
Stick around.
Oh.
Last year, the From 2 crew made history. They were the first astronauts ever to
Yeah.
return to Earth's polar regions from space in Dragon. I got to catch up with that mission commander from that, Chun Wang, who was visiting one of the most remote places on the planet, and he had some exciting news.
Oh, are we getting the new?
Awesome to talk to you. Start me off. Where the heck are you right now?
Thank you for joining me to Hue Island, and this isolated island in the South Atlantic. It's arguably the
remote island.
Island in the world.
It looks
Wow,
like
flipping
Iceland,
heck.
you're only there with a couple of people. Kind of feels like a
That
space
looks
mission
like
to me.
every beach in the UK in the winter.
We're going to be on the first interplanetary mission on a Starship.
What?
So it's going to be a flyby mission of Mars. So a lot of people are talking about how Mars will be like.
Shut.
We're gonna fly to Mars.
Shut up.
We're gonna build city on Mars. But let's get it started with a flyby.
Doing a flyby of Mars.
That's mental. Occupy Mars, baby.
Built for this kind of mission, right? Because if you're not landing on the surface, you're spending a long time going out there. You're gonna fly by it. It's going to be like just an insane.
Mate, that's like
hours. And then it's a big
4
trip back
years at like a maximum, at a minimum.
to handle this kind of.
No, not 4 years. What am I on about? It's what, like 9 months?
I can stare at the map view on
The-
airplane all the way.
It's like 9 months there, 9 months back.
So I think I'm enjoying the thing.
That's
So it's not just the Mars flight,
crazy.
You're also going to be taking a trip around the moon, right? So kind of do that step before heading all the way out to Mars.
Okay, so it's not going straight for it.
It will try a lot of things that never been attempted before.
So are they going to be in like the first HLS crewed? Oh no, because it's not crew rated, is it? So
It will ignite imagination, and it's build the momentum. After we come back from Mars,
Is that sea lion? Oh, I just realised there's sea lions down on the fighting down on the bottom. No, there's sea lions fighting.
Well, June, thanks for calling in. From
That's hilarious.
The other side of the planet. Super cool location. Super cool to talk to you. And I mean, exciting. You're gonna get on Starship. You're gonna go around the moon and then do the first flight.
That's crazy.
Insanely exciting stuff.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Wow. That is very, very. Got him. Planetary. Wow.
First mission to fly past the moon.
Yeah, Chun is certainly a one-of-a-kind explorer. And it's even more exciting to know everyone can join a future Starship mission.
Yeah. If what you just heard excites you, challenges you, inspires you, we'd like to hear from you. Come join our team. Be one of the people walking past us out to the lawn to watch the world's best rocket launch. Help shape the literal future of humanity. Now, we need the best and the brightest, and we need you right now.
Yeah, and we have tons of openings all across the company where we're looking for talented engineers and technicians at all of our sites, including McGregor, Texas, where we test every single one of these Raptor V3 engines behind us. Bastrop, Texas, where we build and assemble Starlink user terminals.
We also need
Right, so I've just put in.
Washington, that's Starlink's
So,
headquarters.
Earth to Mars is usually about 6 to 9 months, depending on when you launch.
Today's show, there is a tremendous amount of activity happening right here.
It's going to be between 2 to 3 years for a round trip.
Of the incredible opportunity that we have
Wow.
to build the future of humanity.
Also, on the whole, like, would we be able to see lights on the moon?
Now I can tell you that the crowd is certainly starting to grow.
Right.
Behind us,
They've said no, they've said yes, but you would need a massive, massive light. Like, it'd be like crazy lights. Modern cities still would not show up.
Booster, the ship, the launch pad that you see there, and you can see people walking over my shoulder here as our colleagues are moving in masses to go watch this liftoff in
Right, we have 7.5 minutes.
it's pretty exciting stuff.
It's pretty exciting.
Right, so if the city was on the dark part of the moon, it would be more possible to see it on the night side. But there are still limits. Normal city size probably still wouldn't be visible to the naked eye. What the? Oh, wait. Is that Mickey Minaj?
It's so nice to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my gosh. What do you think the Barbs are going to say when they see you here at Starbase?
Why?
They better say all good things.
Why?
They're going to be excited, and they're probably going to want to come themselves next time.
I mean, anybody can come and watch the launches. It's super accessible
Why?
to the public, so we welcome
I bet he's come.
Come on down. This is a lot of fun. I'm excited. Is it about to happen?
Tubbles Meister said, is that the Cat?
Doja, is that Doja Cat? No, it's Nicki Minaj.
Yes. Oh my gosh, but this is historic. This is a major moment, y'all.
Yeah.
It is.
Look at them nails.
Live?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Very, very excited. Might be like.
I just noticed your shirt. You've got the right swag.
Oh my
Tubbles
god.
Meister said, NA that isn't.
I have one as well.
It's Nicki Minaj.
I mean, how did you predict the future?
Hence Starship. That's why. It is. They literally said it as well.
Elon, thank you for everything that you're doing for humanity.
He's the man, for sure.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, I'll see you guys
we want to watch the launch with you, so we'll.
Tubbles Meister said, is Elon tapping it?
Too loud to take
Oh
outside.
god. Oh god. Oh no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
5.5 minutes. This brings us into terminal count.
No,
And Man, the anticipation is certainly growing.
Don't tell me like when we hit liftoff, they're just gonna go, starships were meant to fly.
We are getting into the final phase.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Beachnut 985 said you would scissors hand.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Beachnut. They are. How does she wipe herself? Like, surely that one of them nails are going through the paper. Surely. Oh man, look at the booster. Oh, it just looks so sick. Look at it. Mate, that looks gorgeous.
We'll do something called pushbacks, where all of those lines running underground from the
Wow.
the vehicle, they're going to clear back. They're going to push all that propellant back into kind of the bunker area around the prop farm.
Oh my god. Oh my god, SpaceX have just tweeted. Starships were meant to fly. Nicki Minaj.
Meister said I've been cracking that joke for years, and the one time I don't do it, she actually turns up face with rolling eyes.
I know, that is absolutely hilarious.
If we do need to hold, that is still built in at T-minus 40 seconds. It's built into the countdown.
Okay.
If we need anything like those pushbacks.
And they can hold for longer nowadays.
Ready, we can hold there. We'll only stop if we have an issue. Not currently tracking one. We have.
Oh my god, I still can't believe Nicki Minaj has just been on a
Meister said genuinely pissed off.
Nicki Minaj has just been on a SpaceX stream of Starship. The crossover I never thought would actually happen, ever. Oh my god, that's just comedy gold.
Yeah, that moment is called the QD, or Quick Disconnect Vent Gate.
Oh, this is going to be such a beautiful camera angle, honestly.
Both the ship and the booster configure their comm systems.
Do you know what, guys? So the water deluge literally will come over to here, over the highway. Like, this is starting to look like a proper launch facility. Like, you can see the launch, the flame diverter is starting to come on for pad 1. There's the air separation unit that is going to be basically making the argon, nitrogen, and some methane.
The flame diverter on pad 2
Man.
activates at around T-minus 17.
So guys, when we get to T-minus 5, I'm going to mute text-to-speech, okay?
And there's a chance we could recycle.
And then that way, I can, you know, we get pure audio of the rocket launch. We are 2 minutes and 10 seconds counting. Oh my god, guys. We are here and we are ready for it. I'm going to turn my microphone down a little bit.
Kind of exciting aspect to V3. We're not going to start the engines.
Right, there we go. I've turned it down a little bit. So hopefully if I do squeal, you guys don't. I have put a limit on my microphone output to you guys. Oh god, bad signal. So hopefully it shouldn't go too crazy.
Version 3 of Starship.
Meister said, screaming.
Oh, you bitch. That's so unfair. Right, here we go, guys. We are 1 minute and 25 seconds from the first ever launch of the V3 Starship. I've turned my phone around because I keep getting X notifications. Right.
Tubbles Meister said you shouldn't have given me warning.
Yeah, I know. Right, here we go. It's T-minus 1 minute.
T-minus 1 minute.
Here we go. T-minus 40 is the go for launch. Are we ready, guys? Here we go. We have hold. We have a hold.
Hit the hold at T-minus.
Okay.
Again, This is something
That's fine.
that is built into the timeline. Not surprising, as we are doing this first flight off of pad 2.
Right, now I don't know what we're going to recycle to.
To be clear, we held for a second just to make sure that the quick disconnect vents were basically ready for their final throwbacks. We'll hang tight for a couple of seconds. I think we're about to reset.
Right, there we go. We've released.
Counting down.
Right, and my one will get off. Oh, no, we've gone back into a hold.
Psych, back to rapid reset.
Oh my god, that's annoying.
Alright, so hold here for
So we can still hold. We've got plenty of time for holding.
in the ship quick disconnect.
So like I said, most likely the problems will be ground side. Oh my god, my heart is pounding, guys.
Still gonna hang out for a couple of seconds here at T-minus 40.
So they're just really refining.
Not surprising. This is new vehicle, new pad.
Oh.
All these things for the very first time.
Is there any way I can record my...
Pressures in the quick disconnect and hold reset.
There we go. We're rolling, guys. We're rolling. Here we go. T-minus 30 seconds and counting.
Flight directors, go for launch.
Oh, what the hell? Back to hold. They're really like throwing us around here.
Beachnut 985 said range clear.
Yeah, it just looks like it's some problems with the actual quick disconnect.
At T-minus 40 if we need the extra time. You're not actively loading propellant onto the vehicle anymore, so the main thing you're kind of keeping an eye on
Right,
is
I'm just going to double check quickly, guys, that this one's going to work. There we go, cool. Okay, that works. Right, okay. So remember, we can hang out here for a little bit longer. We don't have, you know, any problems yet. Damn. I mean, the rocket just looks so gorgeous. It looks shorter, but that's because the actual launch mount is lower. So it's a lot lower down.
Alright, we're continuing to hang out here at T-minus 40.
Okay, come on. Look how clean. That looks like a proper launch site. That really does. That looks like a proper launch site. Man.
Right now at,
come on, baby.
985 said fire the explosive bolts.
There are no explosive bolts on this. They are just clamps that hold it down. They got little actuators that open them up, and then that's it. Right, okay. So it looks like there's a small issue with the quick disconnect. That is pretty much... Oh, that looked like a nice clear. Right, we're going again. We're going. T-minus 30 and counting.
2S30, flight directors, go for launch.
Here we go, we're going for launch. Come on. No. Why? Why'd you play me like this?
Back to rapid recycle again.
Why'd you run me like this?
Again.
Oh my god. They are...
Said it before, new pad, new rocket.
They will get it. They will get it.
In the flight environment.
Remember, this is, you know, they've had
Taking a look at some of the
two sort of wet dress rehearsals.
Arm that manages the quick disconnect to the ship.
Oh, so it's the arm. It's not even... So it's this bit here, not quite... It's the arm, not the actual quick disconnect.
Promise we're not just trying to prolong the anticipation.
Tubbles Meister said thank you to everyone who has decided to join
Yeah.
us here at TGA. We appreciate every single one of you.
Exactly, yeah. And before Starship goes, I want you guys to like and subscribe. We are here for Starship, and I will be here every time, hopefully, every single time, watching these launches and keeping you guys updated. Oh my god. When it started going down, mate, and when we heard the go for launch, that was like beautiful.
On that arm for the quick disconnect on the tower.
Oh my god, look at pad 2. Pad 2, literally this time last year, pad 2 did not...
Meister said he's started to heavy breathe, oh god.
Oh my god. Look how gorgeous that is, guys. Look at it. Oh my god. Right, I do like the little pause button, that's quite funny.
Continuing to hold, got a couple minutes to try and clear this issue.
Come on, clear it. Clear it. Look how gorgeous that looks. That is absolutely glorious. So we do have, you can actually see the cameras, 1 and 2. And then there's the Starlink antennas there on the top. Come on, baby, you can do it. Come on, I believe in you. 100% confidence, I said. I said it would be ground side.
Got about a minute or a minute and a half.
Oh, they are running out of time, guys. They are running out of time. Come on. Clear this hold. Oh my god, come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, look at the engine section. Look at it. It is ready. It is ready to go. Oh, wow. Look at the frost on the aft section. Oh my god, that looks so beautiful.
Firm's still working through the issue.
Right, they're doing a vent. They did that last time.
Have a short amount of hold time still remaining.
Oh, come on. Come on, baby, do it. Please. Come on. It is 37 minutes past midnight here in the UK. Come on. Oh. Come on. Please. It's gone quiet on stream. That's never good. That is never good.
Still holding.
Come on. They seem to be doing a lot of clearing out from here. Like, are they thinking there's not like there's propellant still in the arm? That might be the reason. Just going off what I can see. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. Oh, man. Come on. Everything is ready. It's just this one little thing.
Alright, still continuing to hold here at T minus 40.
Oh man.
While we do that, the team's looking at temperatures of the propellant inside those tanks. We kind of check that against simulations that we've run in the past. There's some margin in those.
Okay.
Still holding, no decision yet.
Come on, please. Guys, this is like absolute horror. Like, the suspense is killing me right now. Oh, okay. A fix might be in place. Count has resumed. Right. Oh my god! Ah! It's just toying with us, guys. It is toying with us.
Alright, we're back at our T minus 40 hold.
Whoa.
To see what tripped us this time.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, just My heart is beating so fast, guys. What am I at? 1 minute ago I was at 157. What am I at now? Come on, baby.
Alright, it is sounding like we are not going to be able to clear this issue in time today, so we are going to be standing down from a launch. So if you're just now joining us, we got the vehicle totally loaded. We hit a couple of different holes.
No!
Again, new rocket, new pad. We're learning about a lot.
Oh my gosh!
Them for the first time, and we're not able to basically
No!
in those final seconds to get to launch. But that essentially makes this a
Tubblesmeister said, "Oh, you fuck nugget."
And we'll take the time now, figure out what tripped us up before launch, and actually get into a flight tomorrow. We do have the ability to essentially rapidly recycle. We are expecting to be able to make another flight attempt tomorrow, but obviously stay tuned to our social media at SpaceX on X.
I just can't.
And our website spacex.com for updates. So no flight today. We will give it another try tomorrow.
No! No! Oh! I actually can't believe it. I can't believe it. All that time.
Tubblesmeister said, "Oh well, tomorrow it I'd well tonight anyway."
Yeah, do you know what? Oh man, I'm going straight to bed. I'm going in the house and I'm going straight to bed. That was absolutely, I'm gonna say it, that was absolutely amazing. Just the feeling.
Tubblesmeister said, "Kids."
It will go, huh? Oh yeah, technically it will go tonight, yeah. Yeah, I didn't think of that actually, yeah, because it is officially Friday. It is the last day of the week for me, for work.
Tubblesmeister said, "Kiss the wife first."
Kiss the wife first, yes I will, yes. Right guys, well, on that terrible disappointment, thank you very, very much, guys, for joining me tonight. That's super awesome. And join me back here, hopefully tomorrow, technically today for me, for hopefully the reattempt at launch for Starship.
Tubblesmeister said, "Thanks everyone."
Yes, thank you everyone. There has been a tremendous amount of views, so I'm very happy. Thank you for everyone who has watched. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Actually, let's see if it works. Let me just see if this works. Let's see if it works. Error, try again. Okay, mate. I don't know. For some reason, that's not working. Okay. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm Lee. Fly safe, land safer. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.